This is Woodstock Academy Live. Today's game is brought to you by Bosquet's Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic, The O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, Girardi Insurance Services, and Oconchabar Productions, LLC.
Woodstock Academy. Ethan Davis marking the signals. He goes back to throw, looking down the field, tucks it, then throws, long forgets, throwing it, touchdown, Jackson gets! Touchdown, Jackson gets! He got behind the team. He beat Liam Pickett to the wall. On it is Odorsky. Odorsky got it off his back.
Could be a problem.
He got there first. He shoots and he scores! Brian Odorsky.
Now, for all the play-by-play action, here's Woodstock Academy Sports Information Director, Mark Allard.
And welcome and good morning. The Bentley Athletic Complex, the site, as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs get ready to take on the Wolves from Montville in an Eastern Connecticut Conference non-divisional confrontation. Mark Allard and Brad Favreau along with you. It is homecoming here at Woodstock Academy. That's always exciting, isn't it?
Yes, always. And good morning, Mark, and everybody out there listening. Yes, it's always a good day. There's a lot of buzz in the air with a lot of activities for the students. And, you know, the weather, all right.
Hold it now.
10 seconds.
10 seconds from you, okay?
The weather is seems to be cooperating. We might get a little bit of drizzle here and there, but all in all, we're in way better shape than we were yesterday. And
we couldn't be in any worse shape than we were yesterday.
It's actually very comfortable playing conditions.
It is. I mean, and even for watching a game, it's really not too bad. Like you said, there might be a little bit of drizzle that might come down on us in spot occasions. Hopefully not too much, and will not affect the game whatsoever. It is turf, so obviously you don't have to worry about any puddles or any soft spots on it. For the most part, that's not going to be an issue as well for footing. And the Centaurs are relatively healthy. Yes, there are a couple people missing, but for the most part, you've got your team back, you've got most of your line back, and you've got your quarterback back.
Yeah, that's always key is you know, in a year. You know, obviously football is a physical sport, so there's always attrition when you have injuries and those kind of things. So to get as many healthy bodies back is huge because, again, as I said, for homecoming, you know, the emotions are a little bit higher. So sometimes the intensity level is cranked up about 100%. So kids are going at it a little bit harder than they might normally for a regular game. So it's good to have healthy bodies in the lineup.
No question about that. And you have a team coming in on a 1-2 start. Nice win over Quinebaug Valley here to open the season. Then they went on the road, had a little bit of a tougher outcome against both East Lyme and Griswold. And so they're looking to get back on track here today.
Yeah, both those losses were against formidable opponents who have a history of good programs. So certainly you want to build from those and take what you can and make the adjustments needed from week to week. So I expect a good effort today.
No question about that. Montville comes in with a 2-1 record. They've beaten Ledyard and they've beaten Waterford. They've beaten Lewis Mills and Ledyard. They lost to Waterford. They are 1-1 in ECC Division 2. Just 2 divisions in the Eastern Connecticut Conference this year. So that makes things just a wee bit different, if you will, as we are just moments away from opening introductions and everything of the like. We had a chance to talk to the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, Sean Saucier. We'll be back with Sean in just a moment.
Make your next night out a simply memorable one. The Mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The Mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the Mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The Mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The Mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the Mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456. Or visit them on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest.
And welcome back to the Bentley Athletic Complex as we get ready for homecoming as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs take on the Wolves from Montville. Sean Saucier, the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. Homecoming is always something a little special and something to get excited about.
It is nice to be home. You know, honestly, we've been played away a couple times, and so to be back home here on a Saturday feels good. It feels normal, so we're excited.
And there's a homecoming dance tonight, so the kids are probably pretty excited too.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
I don't think you're thinking about
but
that.
But it is nice to see some of the alum back.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, some football alum. And we talked about that before, just what they expect to see, and so it's good to have everybody back.
Well, the last time you were on this field, you liked it. It was a 42-0 win over Quinebaug Valley. You're hoping home cooking does it for you again.
I am. I'm expecting it to. You know, I think we're in a good place. We had a great week of practice. And it's like I said, it's just great to be back here on a Saturday morning.
You're going into a bye week. Does that change things a little bit?
I think it is really important to go into that bye week 2-2. So I'm not going to understate that. I think it's important, and that's our goal.
How about the last 2 weeks? It's been a case of injuries and illness have kind of affected you guys.
Yeah, some adversity, you know, dealing with some injuries, and that shuffles people around. So anytime you shuffle people around, you know, it's just not quite the same. But I think we're back, you know, for the most part to where we should be right now, and hopefully we stay that way.
You know, you do have Teddy Richardson back at quarterback. That's important, for obvious reasons, but just as important is number 11 is back at tight end, Sam Clark.
And that's what I was talking to their coach about. You know, we were just, you know, conversing, and it's like, okay, you take Sam and put him at quarterback, now you lose a fantastic tight end. So it's not just one spot you're short at. It's a second, because he is a fantastic true tight end. So, yeah, exactly. I'm super excited to see Sam back at tight end today.
Welcome to small school football, right? Montville knows all about it as well. Right. You know, they've come in. They've had a nice win over Ledger, nice win over Lewis Mills. So I'm sure they're excited to play today too.
They are. I mean, he's got a group that I think in a couple of years is going to be back to where Montville football was when I first started here. So. But that's high school sports and football, you know. It's cyclical, as we all know, and he made it through a couple, down years, and now it's clear that they're on their way back up.
Some different looks from them too. They'll throw you wingbacks, they'll throw you receivers. Looks like number 8, Isaiah Yard, is kind of their playmaker on the outside.
Yep, spread it out, throw it around, which is a little, different than maybe some of the old stuff, But yeah, I mean, I think honestly, it's a little refreshing. I think for us we like to play in space. I think we're more comfortable doing that. So I think for us, it was a welcomed a week of preparation when you see the spread.
Final question: how is Teddy? I mean, because obviously quarterback is a key place.
Yep, he's not 100%. We shut him down a week ago, and then this week he has practiced every day. So he's not 100%, but I think he's good enough to play and be effective.
That's what you need right now. Sean Saucier, the head coach of Woodstock Academy, will be back with a kickoff to this one from the Bentley Athletic Complex.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all. Ask the O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today. With the Confident Retirement Approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor, the O'Brien Group will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you. It's what financial balance is all about. So call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. My office is conveniently located above the Shopper's Guide in downtown Putnam, Connecticut at 66 Main Street.
The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18-cubic-foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18-cubic-foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
And right now at Busquets Appliances, rake in the savings. Yeah, it is fall after all, isn't it? Rake in the savings at Busquets Appliances with some great deals, including 12-month special financing on all products, all brands. How about a washer and dryer from Maytag? Buy the pair for $1,598. You can save $1,000 right there. Or how about a pair of washer and dryer from Amana? Buy the pair, $997. You save $200 on that one at Busquets Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic. We'd like to thank Busquets Appliances for helping us out on all of our broadcasts all season long, as well as the Mansion at Bald Hill, Girardi Insurance Services, and O'Brien Financial Group, and let's not forget O'Conchabar Productions, who today is providing our video. Brad O'Connor is helping us out today. He's got the big camera out.
The big camera.
The big camera is out.
That's why I can't see the end zone.
That's why you can't see the end zone. You can see the camera. You can look over here. That's the way it works in TV.
I'll make that trade. I'll make that trade any day.
Hey, you know, when you look at it, when you look at a team like this, Woodstock Academy, they're coming back onto their home field. There's got to be some excitement. You've coached? How do you get a team back after a 2-game losing streak?
Well, I think the nice thing about the sport of football is you have all week to prepare, and I mean, there's good and bad. It's like it's bad because the last taste in your mouth is your last game, whereas, you know, in some sports you play 3 games a week, and it's like you got to move on to the next.
You can forget them a little bit faster.
But the good thing is that you do have time to prepare. You have time to get your kids healthy, kind of a reboot, if you will. So I think this coaching staff has always said 1 game at a time and not to look ahead or behind, and never look in the rearview mirror. You always look forward. You know, you obviously want to make the adjustments on the mistakes that you made, but I think it's, moving forward is the best way.
No question about that, and that's what they're going to be doing. Montville's in this very similar boat over the course of the past couple of years. Montville had always had a very proud football program, have had a couple of down years, but as Coach Saucier just said on the pregame, he thinks they're on their way back to becoming a Montville program.
Yeah, and I think it's, high school sports, it's you got to ride the waves a little bit. You know, some years you have a lot of kids that come out for whatever reason. Some years you're a little bit leaner. Sometimes you have years where you have a lot of upperclassmen. Other years you don't, so you're more of in a rebuilding mode. So I think, like during the season you have attrition. I think you have that over the course of your program as well. So I think it's nice to see. It's good to see programs with a proud tradition being on their way back, and you'd rather play teams like that than not. So,
and the Eastern Connecticut Conference has tried their best at times to kind of bring programs along. It hasn't always worked the way you'd like it to, but they're trying. Let's put it that way.
Well, I think what they have shown is they've shown the flexibility to adjust to the years that, like we said, you have some down years. That's just the way it works in high school sports. And you have good years. And, I think the way to look at it, you got to look at a 2 to 3 year cycle on how things look. And, I think, you're never going to make everyone happy when you do those alignments. However, I think they do the best they can so that you can put a competitive field out there and accommodate every program.
Captains meeting at midfield. That means Sam Clark is up there with Lucas Theriak, Jacob Lizot, and Kenny Brown for Woodstock Academy. For Montville, their quarterback, Aiden Johnson, is out there, along with Cole Turney, and number 22 is Hector Aponte. You'll see a lot of all three of them, something tells me today. And isn't it shocking that there's a Turney in uniform for Montville?
Yeah, that name, I feel like I've been hearing that name since I was in high school. So, yeah, it's... some athletic genes go back many generations. It's kind of like the Drobiaks and Griswold. You just see that over time.
So Woodstock Academy had won the toss, I do believe, and deferred. And Montville will take it to start the game. They'll be going from left to right across the TV screen, if you will, whatever you're watching us on, be it computer or TV or anything to that effect. We are going to have the national anthem sung by a junior here at Woodstock Academy, an injured football player by the name of Chandler Folkerts, and he'll be joining us as soon as the announcements finish with Mr. Colin Singleton, as he is up above us.
Thank you for your cooperation, and we thank you for helping to create a positive high school athletic environment. At this time, we ask that you please stand if you are able, remove your headwear, and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by current WA football player, student, and all-state singer Chandler Folkerts. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Chandler Folkerts with our national anthem there at here at Woodstock Academy as we are getting ready for some football. The Montville Indians and the Woodstock Academy Centaurs getting ready to go. If we could get our microphone back. Don't think we will right away, but maybe we'll bring it down later as we go along. Always trying to fight for the microphone, It's the way it works.
Great rendition there.
Oh, it was absolutely awesome by Chandler Folkerts. Always nice to hear her live.
It's so nice.
I like it because you can applaud and there's someone to applaud.
Right, as opposed to just the musical version.
Exactly. I always like that idea. So we're almost set to go. The Montville Wolves are out there on the field. And back deep to receive for Montville is number 9, Zeke Stanley. And also back there is, I do believe, Isaiah Yard, and that would be number 8 for Montville.
Nice work. Nice hands. I got you some stickum for next time.
Yeah, we caught it this time at least. Last time we dropped it. Microphone coming down from up on high.
Incoming.
Yep, and we got it. About time, right? Set to go, Woodstock Academy in there, but navy blue and gold uniforms, while Montville comes out in those white uniforms with the black and orange. And set to kick it off, Henry Watton for Woodstock Academy.
Please help support Woodstock Academy. Thank you.
Will he do the onside, which they have been known to do at times? Not today, I don't think. It looks like they set up for a normal kickoff. 12 minutes on the clock, and we are underway here of our homecoming day football game. And dropping back will be Isaiah Yard back at his own 5. He's up to the 10, he's up to the 15, he's up to the 20, and down at about the 23-yard line. That's where Montville will take over, first down and 10 for the Wolves. I've got to get used to calling them the Wolves. Takes a little bit of remembering, had some old nicknames that have been changed over the course of years. 23-yard line, first down and 10. Aiden Johnson is your quarterback. Colin Wall and Hector Aponte will rotate in the backfield. You'll see up front, as far as center is concerned, your center is Armani Patterson. Your guards are Dimitri Charles, and also back there, Tyler McLaughlin. Dimitri Charles, by the way, is kind of interesting. He's only a freshman. He plays both ways on the line. That's pretty good. So Johnson gets ready to go. It will be Aponte, the sole setback. Yard is off to the left, and the handoff goes to Aponte straight up the middle, and Aponte gains about 6 to about the 29-yard line.
Woodstock showing a 3-4 front to start. And they went right up the gut right there.
They actually the Centaurs play an interesting offense, or defense, I should say, because you basically have that 3-3-5 setup, with Kenny Brown, Jacob Say, Zach Majewski across the front. Sam Clark, Jacob Lezot, Dylan Phillips are your linebackers with Lezot in the middle.
I believe we call that the nickel, is that correct?
That is the nickel, yes. It's a 3-3-5, but it is a nickel if you want to use it from that. Lucas Theriak, Henry Watton, Dominic LaFleur, your safeties. Hunter Larson, Gabe Luperon are your corners. Handoff. This is straight ahead. Aponte again. Stutter step back to the left and hit.
Lost a couple.
Hard.
Good pursuit there by Woodstock.
It was a nice job by Jacob Say in the middle to take that one back down at the 28. That's a loss of 1. Back to the 28-yard line. And we'll call it third down and a long 5. Well, third down and 7 is more like it. Back at the 28-yard line. .33 left to go here. They'll get the rest of that offense for you in addition to Patterson and Charles and McLaughlin up front. Jack Bubicus, Travis Ziolko are your tackles. Arian Castillo, Isaiah Yard, and Dante Chrisman are the receivers. This one will go out to Chrisman, and Chrisman takes it and gets battled backwards, let's put it that way. It was actually out to Arian Castillo, who caught the football, but got taken down back behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 24, and that goes right back almost to the original line of scrimmage.
Good read there by the Woodstock defense. They went with a screen pass out in the flat, and they read it perfectly, and were able to, it looked like they had a loss there of a couple yards.
Yeah, a loss of about 4.
Yeah, you're right. Original line of scrimmage.
Original line of scrimmage. So you're back to where you started from, which is good because that means it's a punting situation for Montville. Back deep to receive will be Luperon back at his own 41-yard line, and back deep to punt is Cole Turney for the Wolves. Boot goes out, and Luperon comes on. He'll let it go. It'll bounce at the 50. Doesn't touch anyone.
Takes a nice Montville bounce.
It does, down to the 34-yard line. The only one who had to worry about that was Lucas Theriak, because he was caught in one of those situations where you're going back to block and the ball is behind you.
Yep.
And you hope it doesn't hit you on the way by.
Yeah, good discipline right there. And actually a good stand on the first possession defensively for Woodstock. A 3-and-out is always good. Remember the last time we did a game here.
10 minutes.
Quinnebog had the ball for the first 10 minutes of the game. So
what a drive that was.
So that's good for the defense. Get them off the field. Get the offense back on right away.
So the 34-yard line, first and 10 for the Centaurs. Teddy Richardson is your quarterback. Jacob Say, Abdullah Chowdhury, and Kenny Brown. Jacob Say the center. Brown and Chowdhury the guards. Kyle Grist and Riley O'Brien are your tackles. Tight end out there, Sam Clark, Henry Watton, and Lucas Theriak, your receivers. In the backfield to start with anyway is Eric Mathewson, and he gets the football and carries it over the 35 to about the 37-yard line, a gain of about 3 on the play for the senior.
good to see Riley back in the lineup. Gives him a little bit more size up front, and that's a nice little first down gain.
4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Centaurs. We'll give you the defense in just a moment for Montville as Jacob Say comes over the football. And back in the pistol with right behind him, that would be Eric Mathewson. Watton goes across the formation. Sam Clark almost as a wing back right now. The handoff, Mathewson left side up to the 40. He's to the 45. He's to the 50. Taken down from behind. Might be a horse collar.
Should have been, I think.
It should have been, yeah.
Definitely not a, that's a no-no. But
they got away with it. 42-yard line. They probably would say it was grabbed around the shoulder. I don't know if I'd agree with
I think
that.
what they try to stay away from is when they whip the person around with the horse collar, and that wasn't really that. Looked like he just kind of pulled them down, like you said, and was maybe closer to the shoulders, but
it wasn't egregious enough.
Either way, it's first down.
Yep, first down 10, 43-yard line of Montville. Mathewson, a couple of carries, 23 yards already. Handoff again, why not? Mathewson, this time behind the line. Guess who? The freshman, Dimitri Charles, comes up to make the hit
he's
at
active.
The 45.
77, Dimitri Charles.
Well, you always say go back to it until they stop it. And that time they stopped it at the 44.
Yeah,
it's a loss of
you
1.
always have to keep the defense honest, and I think you gain good yardage on your carry, so you stick with what works. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. So you have in the middle, Armani Patterson is the nose guard. Dimitri Charles and Tyler McLaughlin are the tackles. Jack Bubakis and Cole Turney are your ends. Your linebackers, Aponte and the Kamami Bosa, give you the defensive secondary in a moment. Handoff, Mathewson, Richardson
Keeper.
On the delay. The quarterback draw inside the 40, down to about the 35. Nice belly fake, if you will, by Richardson. Had me looking at Mathewson, and everybody else was looking
he would
at
have been
Mathewson.
stopped in the backfield. That was a great, that fooled me.
Did.
It doesn't take much.
Had me going. 34-yard line, a gain of 10 for Teddy Richardson. He is very capable of doing that, and that's the nice thing about having him back there. He has, in 17 carries, 135 yards coming into this game. Richardson back under center this time with Jacob Say. 3rd down and 1. They're going to say it was short of a first down. So I thought they gave him 10, but he was shy of by 1
like
because of the loss last time. That will be a handoff straight ahead, and they will have it. Courtesy, was that Mathewson again? Yes, it was.
Good patience by Teddy on that one. It looks like he changed it up at the line. It looked like that Montville was very anxious to get over the line, and a nice little hesitation.
Mathewson in there because David Bunning is out with an injury. Unfortunate.
Big loss for Woodstock.
No question about it. So Mathewson becomes the feature back along with Luperon. Mathewson stays in there, 6.5 to play. 30-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Centaurs. In motion goes Mathewson, but they decide to run it the other way. Richardson got away from a couple, inside the 25, down to about the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Woodstock Academy. Teddy Richardson, that initial burst got him through a little bit of a problem, and then he managed to wield his way through.
Well, and he really sold it. It looked like Mathewson was out in the flat they looked like they were running a screen, and then he just did the keeper, and it was great. Great play right there. Good pursuit. Good job evading tackles and into the end zone.
30-yard touchdown for Teddy Richardson. And a 6-0 lead for Woodstock Academy comes at the 6:14 mark here of the first quarter, and Henry Watton will come on to attempt the extra point. Fakes going up to snap it by himself. He'll drop back with the tee out of the hold of Lucas Theriak. All on the ground at that time for the Centaurs on that drive. Watton, boot is up, and the boot is curling in and is no good. Did not get there, unfortunate for Henry Watton and the Centaurs. But with 6:14 to go in the first quarter, it is 6-0 in favor of Woodstock.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me, who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
We're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
And welcome back to the Bentley Athletic Complex as the kickoff by Henry Watton goes into the end zone. So at the 20-yard line is where Rukamatu, first down and 10 for Montville. That drive for Woodstock Academy took 6 plays, went 62 yards with a 30-yard touchdown run by Richardson.
Yeah, very efficient drive right there on the first possession. Woodstock has to be happy with that. First you get the 3 and out, and then you march up the field and get a touchdown. So that's a great way to start.
Not bad at all. Aiden Johnson, the quarterback for Montville. Aponte remains the sole setback behind him. Was 3 and out the last time for the Wolves. Johnson takes a snap, quick throw, got it out to Castillo. Castillo out to the 25, up to close to the 30, may have a first down at the 30-yard line thanks to a good second effort.
Yeah, good surge right there. Good, he jumped right to the sticks. Nice bit of running after the catch on that one.
10-yard pass play, they'll give them the first down at the 30-yard line of Montville. Second completion for the Wolves. First one with positive yardage, however. The first one went for -4. So positive yardage for the Wolves. First and 10, 30-yard line of Montville. Johnson and Aponte. This time Aponte is to the left side of Johnson. Johnson with the clap, looks back, hit hard. It might be a fumble. Aponte had to fall on the football. I think it would have been a fumble because it did come out hard to Johnson.
It looked like his arm, again, there's no instant replay to them to review, but it did look like his arm was coming forward. I'm not going to call it the tuck rule, but it did look like that was an incomplete pass.
But guess what? They get the sack at the 23-yard line. Centaurs will take it. So a 7-yard sack of Johnson back to the 23. It's now 2nd and 17. Yeah, that one would have gone to the replay booth.
Yes.
I don't disagree. I think his arm was coming forward. But it is what it is. And I'm sure the Centaurs will take it right now.
Yeah, I like the trade-off.
Yep. Johnson, 2nd and 17. Theriak directing traffic as he pulls up into the linebacking area. Theriak functions almost as a third, fourth linebacker. Yes, I think it's delay.
Oh, it's
from the back judge. Delay of game, yeah. From the back judge. So you back them up 5 to the 18-yard line, courtesy of the delay. And now you have 2nd and 22. It just keeps on going backwards for Montville.
Yeah, Montville looks a little out of sorts to start here.
They had that nice win over Ledyard last week. So they were coming in on a high, but sometimes that doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it's a team who is hungrier that shows.
Every week is different.
Just ask the European golfers. I didn't say that. Oh, did I? Aponte gets the football straight ahead. He's not going anywhere. And he actually, well, no. Is he still on his feet? The whistle hasn't blown yet. Oof. They gave him 2nd, 3rd, and 4th efforts on that one. Where are they going to mark it is going to be the question.
Again, the old forward progress does not apply, apparently.
But they mark it to the 25.
I didn't hear a whistle, so it's a good job by the Montville player to keep pushing forward to get a couple yards. Looks like he got about 8 on that.
7, yeah. I thought for sure they had him down back about the 20-yard line in my book. And all of a sudden he kept on going. Yeah, that might have been a knee on the ground somewhere.
The moral of the story, play the whistle.
Yep. I thought for sure he was done. 25-yard line, 3rd down now. You got to get to the 40, 3rd and 15, 3:45 left to go first quarter. And now we have a timeout that'll be called by Montville. We'll keep it here as the Wolves want to talk it over. And certainly, Brad, from what you've seen here from the first part, the excitement right now rests on the Woodstock Academy side. They're aggressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was, the quarterback didn't like what he saw as far as the defensive setup or what it was, but they seem a little out of sorts to start. But I think you have to give a little bit of credit, or a lot of bit of credit to the Woodstock defense to come out how they've come out.
Aggressive and pretty tenacious. You could use a lot of good adjectives there.
Yep.
Because they have been pretty good at shutting things down on Montville's side, and the offense did exactly what you wanted it to do. 6 plays, 62 yards. That's a pretty good offensive drive.
And as we talked about in the outset, we knew that the emotion was going to be high, so you expect that in the early going. So hopefully they can maintain that level of intensity and carry it through for 4 quarters.
So let's see what veteran coach Tanner Grove has cooked up here for the Montville Wolves, as Johnson is the quarterback. Johnson gets the snap, goes back to throw, launches it over the middle of the field to Yard. Isaiah Yard overthrew him. An incomplete pass. He was going to be the playmaker. He caught, I think, at least 1 touchdown pass against Ledyard last week.
Yeah, it looks like he had a little separation there, too, and that was overthrown by just a bit.
Thankfully for the Centaurs,
he was covered very well.
That means Turney will come back on, Cole Turney, for the Wolves. Back to punt, and Luperon will stand back at his 43-yard line. Well, that's almost exactly where he was last time around, when the Centaurs took over on their own 38, because they did let the ball bounce and roll, and it did take a Montville roll last time. So the snap is low to Turney. He's got a problem. He's got a bigger problem. He's going to go down back around the 15 in the arms of the Centaurs. Kenny Brown came flying in there along with Dylan Phillips to make the hit on Cole Turney, and now a turnover that helps the Centaurs a lot.
That was a low snap, and of course, when that happens, it throws everything off. And again, good pursuit by the defense for Woodstock. I think they have to be happy with how their defense has performed early on.
16-yard line of Montville, 3:27 to go here, first quarter. Another prime opportunity for the Centaurs, as Teddy Richardson will lead them out. And then we'll see, it'll be Eric Mathewson, who accounted for 26 yards in that first set. And then, of course, you have Teddy Richardson, who rushed for 50. Actually 40, 10 and a 30. Mathewson, they're going
for
with
the old average.
I formation with Lizot as the fullback. And here is Mathewson this time getting inside the 10-yard line, or just about. Depends where they mark it. Looks like at the 11-yard line, so you give him a gain of 5 on the carry. Just trying to get it to the sideline, just ran out of real estate. So it will be 2nd down and 5. They can get a first down, obviously, before a touchdown. Does Lizot remain in there? And this time he spreads it out with Henry Watton and Lucas Thuriak. 3 to the right, trips right. And Mathewson to the left. Look for number 11, something tells me. Richardson will keep the football straight ahead, again on that belly fake, and he's got no one to touch him. And a touchdown for Woodstock Academy. Teddy Richardson for a 2nd time.
Yeah, that formation really fooled Montville because they had 3 wides out, and that was a designed keeper play, and so far so good.
Yep, keep it right over the middle. No one is there to bother you. And another touchdown for Teddy Richardson, this one from 11 yards out at the 2:42 mark. And Henry Watton gets another chance here. Do they go for 2? They do. Here's a snap by Watton. Straight ahead, Lucas Thuriak on the old
we got a flag down, though. It looks,
I guess, procedure or formation. Watch this.
I didn't like the looks of that, but I don't really know.
Procedure or formation? Which one is it?
It looks like it's going to go against Woodstock.
That would be my guess. Well, we'll see what they're going to do here. The flag is on the ground. They're going to wave it off. So the 2-point is good.
Okay.
2:42 left to go here in the first quarter of play. It's Woodstock Academy 14 and Montville nothing.
Take it easy and enjoy world-class live music right here in the Quiet Corner. Eaglemania, the world's greatest Eagles tribute show, is coming to Luce Center for the Arts in Woodstock, Connecticut on October 20th. Live life in the fast lane and avoid the line. Get your tickets today on theloose.org.
I have been doing theater and acting since I was 8 years old. I absolutely love it. Coming here was one of the best decisions I've ever made, if not the best. The school has...
And we're back with you because the fact we wanted to show you that they re-gave the penalty.
Interesting that the official signaled that the 2-point conversion was good, and then they're kicking the extra point. So.
Yeah, I mean, they apparently had an officials review between them, if you will, and decided that, no, there was a formational issue or a procedural issue, and decided that they're going to back them up. And thus, Woodstock Academy came back out and kicked, and Henry Watton gets the extra point. So that one was pretty interesting, to say the least, to Mr. Favreau. It's been an interesting day of calls so far. So
never a dull moment.
It never is. Here we are in a commercial break and doing some things, and all of a sudden, whoops, we got to come back pretty quick out of that one. So the Centaurs lead this one by a score of 13-0 over Montville. And a kickoff ready to come from Henry Watton. Henry calling the signals and ready to go. And the boot is a low runner. This will come to Yard again. He's at the 12, to the 15, to the 20, up to the 25. He's to the 30, out of bounds inside the 35 or just about the 35-yard line.
So the best field position of the day so far for Montville to start, so a nice return there.
Interesting stuff. I mean,
I'm going to have to sneak over to our friends over at WINY and ask them, Mr. Wilcox, what that formation was. That was interesting. It didn't look
It's a muddle
right.
huddle.
It didn't look right, but again, it was, from the naked eye, it was tough to tell. So,
yeah, it's a muddle huddle, and I've seen more muddle huddles be penalized than be successful, to be absolutely honest.
Yeah, sometimes you end up tricking yourself.
Yeah, because it's something you're not normally used to doing. Here's a Ponte straight up the middle for Montville. He carries over the 40-yard line after starting at their own 35. Mark it at about the 42-yard line and give him a gain of 7 on the play for Montville. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Second and about 3 for
19 yards and 4 carries for Mr. Aponte, who's been the feature back for the Wolves. 2:08 left to go here in the first quarter. And out comes Armani Patterson, the center for the Wolves. Aiden Johnson barks the signals, gives it quickly. Aponte trying to wield his way through traffic again, dancing to the left and then to the right, and going down at about the 44-yard line. Dylan Phillips in to make that hit, along with Jacob Say.
Good containment right there by Woodstock.
They'll mark it at the 45-yard line, and that will be a first down. Gain of 10. Got more than I thought out of that one.
Yeah, he kept the feet moving. It was nice. Again, he doesn't give up on the first point of contact. He still keeps the feet moving, so that's a very good formula for a running back.
1st and 10, 45-yard line of Montville. Yard is out to the right side for Johnson, along with Castillo. They throw down to Yard. Yard came back to get it. Did he catch it? The answer is yes.
That was a good catch.
It was close. It was along the ground. I had to wait and make sure they were going to give that catch to him.
Good catch by Isaiah Yard. He came back to the ball. It was a little bit underthrown, and nice job. The coverage was good, but Isaiah came back for the ball.
Down to the 33-yard line. It's a pass play of 22 yards.
It seems to be a matchup that Woodstock is, that Montville is looking. Isaiah on the outside. He's got some speed.
That's their playmaker. So 33-yard line, first time to visit Woodstock Academy territory. Here's Aponte at the 30 to the 25, inside the 25, down to about the 21-yard line. A low center of gravity is the best way I can put that.
I'm impressed with him in the early going. He got hit pretty quick when he got the ball, and he just keeps the feet moving at the point of contact. And but you're right, the low center of gravity, and he's hard to bring down.
11 yards on that carry to the 22-yard line of the Centaurs. 1st down and 10 for the Wolves. Turney now in the wing back to the left side of Johnson. Everybody's over there now. Turney goes over to the right. The right wing, that was almost a penalty against Johnson. He moved before the snap. moved toward the line. The handoff went to Aponte straight ahead. They stopped that penetration by the running back around the 23-yard line or so. I don't know if you saw that, but did you see Johnson make that step forward?
It looked like he flinched a little.
I think he did. Back it up 1 yard off of that play. And that will end the first quarter of play here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. The Woodstock Academy Centaurs right now enjoying a 13-0 advantage over the
Creating art is a different skill set as opposed to the world of academia. It serves as a kind of playground for creativity that not only provides diversity in my life, but is also something I can then use to progress my other studies. Although one of my greatest joys is acquiring knowledge through my studies, it becomes easier to feel like a machine. Art, creating, brings back the humanity in society. It is a kind of communication that is internationally understood. My name is Maya Fraga. I'm a senior from Woodstock, and I am Woodstock Academy. For more information where you can spend your next 4 years, please visit woodstockacademy.org/future-centaurs.
Woodstock Academy fans, the Centaur Shop is the place to go for all blue and gold apparel. Shop the latest collection of hoodies, tees, sweatpants, shorts, and more on shop.woodstockacademy.org. Or visit us in person at the Centaur Shop, located on the south campus of the Woodstock Academy.
We've played 1 quarter of football here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. 13-0 lead for the Centaurs over Montville. Nice first quarter for the Centaurs, although they have that last part. Montville has started to gain a little momentum here.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of 22 moving his Ponte really has gained some leverage in the backfield.
This is Johnson going back to throw over the middle for a yard again, and incomplete. Lots of contact back there, but no flags.
Yeah, that was good. That was good coverage. They had double coverage, and they kind of forced the issue. So great job by Woodstock. I don't think the contact was too bad. Again, I always think they err on the side of the receiver anytime there's any little bit of contact, especially on the college and professional level.
Yeah, not maybe as much in the high school
Yeah,
level.
they've really tried to open up the game, and you sneeze wrong, and you get a pass interference.
23-yard line, it's third down and about 11. Remember, Aponte lost a yard on the last play of the first quarter, so therefore the third down and 11. At the Woodstock Academy 23-yard line, you'd assume this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, no doubt.
Back to throw again is Johnson. Looking once, tucks, runs, looks downfield some more, gets himself in trouble. He's going to go right at the line, and he's going to take the linesman down with him. The man on the marker right now got the worst of that one. Yep, whoever's down there kind of got the worst. Oh,
that's Katie Bloom down there. That's taking one for the team.
Yes.
Looks like she's okay. Running the chain gang down there.
Yeah, right on the marker.
Yeah, it's an easy job. Come down here.
No. Back to when I used to be on the sidelines a lot. That was the one thing I used to fear the most, is you getting run over. Because you're not necessarily always in the right spots. Let's put it that way.
I've seen some wicked injuries from some referees, even with the knees and the Achilles and the ankles, just getting bowled over by big kids.
Johnson on 4th and 11. And now it's going to be a timeout, I do believe, called by Montville. The Wolves are going to call it. One of the worst ones I saw, and it's not, I'm happy that I don't see as many anymore pyramids on the sidelines, because you'd have the bottom part of the pyramid being taken out by a player, not on purpose, obviously, but running to the sideline, and oh my God. Luckily, I never saw one really hit, but it was very close.
It's interesting because it's a great point, because usually those kind of things went on, and then all of a sudden something happens, so then you react to it, and then now they've become much more conscious of safety on the sideline, because that's a lot of force coming at you. And again, it's not intentional. It's just part of the game.
And generally the pyramids are done so your back is to the field.
Correct.
So you can't see what's coming at you.
Right.
So it's tough. There's no question about that. I'm glad they don't really do that anymore. At least not that I've seen. And of course, I'll go to a football game one of these days and I'll say, oh no, they're doing a pyramid. But that's the way it is. So the 23-yard line is 4th down and 11 for Johnson. He's got a sole setback behind him, Colin Wall, or on side of him. Wall stays in the block. Being pursued by Phillips. Johnson throws it
Oh,
down.
intercepted.
At the 15, to the 20, to the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Woodstock Academy, Sam Clark on the 80, almost 90-yard interception return.
There was a flag down on the field. I think we have a block in the back right in front of us.
Of course.
Yep. It's too bad because that was a beautiful run.
Welcome
Welcome back, Sam Clark.
Yeah, welcome back out of the quarterback realm.
It was interesting because I saw the block, and then the flag was definitely late. The flag didn't come out until probably when Sam was closer to the end zone. So, but I think it's definitely a legit.
Probably is, no question about it. Back at the 47-yard line of Montville is where it was called at. So you'll back it up from there, and it will be first down and 10 for Woodstock Academy. Unfortunately, at least I got a chance to get wound up.
Yeah,
right?
that was good. Well, it's interesting too. You always talk about, that makes a good play wasted, and it's like, well, maybe that wouldn't have happened if there wasn't an illegal block.
You're right.
But it definitely, and again, when it's close to the ball carrier, it's hard to hide.
Yeah, they always get seen. Let's put it that way. It'll be marked at the 37-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for Woodstock Academy after the interception of Johnson by Sam Clark.
Yeah, good pursuit by Woodstock on that fourth down and forced an errant throw, and Sam was in good coverage and fell right in his lap.
It was down about the 10-yard line or so. It would have been a 90-yard return. He might need to have a couple plays off right now. Just get the wind back, so to speak. I don't see him out there right now. That's not a shocker. Lizot is actually taking his spot at the left wing back. As you have Mathewson as your sole set, the fullback, the running back, and you've got Theriak and Watton out there. Teddy Richardson will hand the football to Eric Mathewson. Got a hole to this right side, 40 up to the 45, straight ahead down at about the 49-yard line. Nice job by Mathewson. Gives him about 12 yards on that carry.
Yeah, Eric's a little slippery coming through there. He's got nice footwork. He cuts back against the grain pretty well. That was a nice little run right there.
Am I wrong, or is this is his first year of football? Am I correct?
Not sure on that.
I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. Let's put it that way. So first down and 10,
Welcome.
49-yard, exactly. and please stay around for a while longer.
Well, as we talked about in the early set, depth is huge.
Yes.
Because you have injuries and all sorts of stuff can happen over the course of a season.
Lizot moves to fullback. Richardson fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, throws it downfield for Sam Clark. He's got it at the 15. 10-5, touchdown, Woodstock Academy.
I don't see any laundry, so that's good news.
Welcome back, Sam, to the tight end position, right?
You got to love it. He went 90 yards, and it gets called back. He takes a play off, and then he comes back, and sure enough, he slipped through the back of the defense, and beautiful throw by Richardson,
51-yard pass play on that one.
I mean, he hit him in stride. That was a well-designed, executed play by Connor Elliott. Great job.
First pass of the game went to Sam Clark. And that's what we were talking about, remember, in the pregame with Coach Saucier, is the fact that, you lost Teddy Richardson as quarterback for a week, but just as importantly as Sam Clark had to go to the quarterback position, and you lose him at tight end.
Right, yeah, it doubles your dilemmas on what you do with your personnel, because you have to, take one, it's a big part of their offense, and make them play somewhere else. And
here's the kick by Watton.
Fortunately, he's a good athlete, and he can adjust to anywhere that they put him. But that was a well-designed play.
So the kick is good by Henry Watton, we hope. We're going to take a break. 10:45 left to go first half. 20-0.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
But show me, who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
Say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
we're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
And as we return to Woodstock Academy Bentley Athletic Complex, a kickoff by Watton goes out of bounds, and therefore 35-yard line for Montville, because it did go out before the end zone.
Yeah, right around the 3-yard line. Tough break right there.
So 35-yard line there. With 10:45 left here in the second quarter, 20-0 Woodstock Academy. The nice thing that I think Mr. Favreau is going to definitely enjoy is that we are only 12 points away, or 15 points away, I should say, from running time in the second half.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I think Montville is a little better than they're showing here.
Yeah.
I think
they've had a rough start. Let's put it that way.
A rough start.
The interception, the big pass play. There's a quick out caught there by Castillo. That was not intended for Castillo, but he picked it up and got up to the 41-yard line. I think that was more intended for Riley Bayer, who was more to the sideline, and Castillo just reached up and grabbed it.
Yeah, you got to think that Montville's going to try to maybe speed up the pace a little bit and try to do some more through the air. They do have a couple of playmakers that looks like they can make you if you give them the underneath, they're going to take it. So we'll see how that plays out.
They are a spread offense, so they gained 13 yards on 7 yards on that play. 2nd down and 3 for the Wolves. Here's Aponte with his first carry in a while, up to the 40 to the 44-yard line.
Fumble.
Fumble. Yeah, the ball did pop out, and Montville got it back. Falling on that was Patterson at the 44-yard line.
There was a case where Aponte probably should have just went down. He had three guys, and he tried to get a couple extra yards, and you gotta love the effort as far as trying to get more yardage out of it, because he's been effective with that. But in that situation, he kind of went into a swarm.
And people are grabbing at the ball, and once in a while it may pop out.
Yes.
And that time it did.
Yeah,
but fortunately for Montville, Patterson was there, the center, to fall on the football at the 44. So they gain a couple, and it's 3rd down and 1 at the 44-yard line. Aponte remains just to the left of Johnson. He will get the football straight ahead. He will not get the first down, in my book anyway, as he is pushed backwards. Nice job out there by the Centaurs.
Interesting how they rule this, because he definitely.
Well, they gave him they gave him forward progress to the 45.
Very generous spot. Yeah,
I didn't have that.
I don't know about that one.
I didn't have that. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you're going to give forward progress, you got to work. You got to go back to the last one where he was down and they got 8 yards afterwards.
45-yard line, they gave it. I didn't see it. I thought Jacob Lezot did a great job of filling that hole and taking out before they got to the 45. But that gave it 1st down and 10. It's not as horrible when you're leading 20-0. Let's put it that way. But still.
Yeah, you got to be consistent with how you're going to call it.
I agree. Johnson goes back, throws it complete to down in front of us to Bayer, and Bayer gets to about the 46-yard line of Woodstock Academy in a 1st down. That time it was intended for Bayer, and this time he got it. So 2nd down and 1 at the 46-yard line on the 9-yard pass play. They've been, making their passes. They've only had a few miscues.
Yeah, this drive and the last drive even, I think that they were, when they opened it up a little bit, they certainly had some success.
And they had Yard out there on one previous play, just threw him in that one. Here comes Aponte on the run, down to the 45, 40, inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 8 on the play and a 1st down for Montville. To the 38-yard line of Woodstock Academy. Aponte's been effective, 10 carries, 50 yards so far for the Wolves. 8:15 to go here in the second quarter. 20-0 in favor of Woodstock Academy. Teddy Richardson, a couple of touchdown runs and a 51-yard pass to Sam Clark to account for the scoring. Johnson fakes the handoff to Aponte. Has time. Now he has to tuck. He runs into his
own
man.
guy.
Yeah. 40 down to about the 37-yard line. Maybe gained a yard. Dylan Phillips ends up making the hit.
Yeah, good coverage downfield by Woodstock. He had nowhere to go, and there was just enough pursuit. I believe that was Kenny Brown. Made him kind of force into the step out of the pocket, and I think there was no gain on that.
Gain a couple. 2nd down and 8.
No, 2. Yep.
Yep. Got down to the 36-yard line. Johnson, you can tell, is not really a confident runner. I think that's a good word for it. He's just trying to work his way through traffic and find holes. But then again, that was not an intended run play anyway.
Correct.
So Aponte sits to the right side of Johnson once again. Johnson is a junior for the Wolves. Will go back to throw, rolls it out to the right, being pursued, throws it downfield. It is intercepted by Clark again at the 19-yard line. That's where he will go down. But Will Clark, have yourself a day. Sam Clark, have yourself a day.
Will Clark, of course.
Will Clark, San Francisco Giants.
The should-be Hall of Fame first baseman for the Giants.
Sometimes names like that pop into your head. You know what I'm saying?
That Sam's been everywhere so far.
So the 19-yard line, 1st
2 picks and a touchdown. Not a bad day.
Not a bad
half.
day. Trying to get on the air later is what he's trying to do for Sam. He's also in our sports communications class, so to be honest, it might help him for a class next week. So might not be a bad thing. 2nd interception of Aiden Johnson. And Johnson now 5 for 9 passing with a couple of interceptions.
Yeah, that was just a situation where he just underthrew the receiver.
Absolutely. Back in the pistol is Richardson. Richardson hands the football off, and with it is Mathewson carrying it up about the 24-yard line or so, maybe even the 25 before he went down. A gain of 6 for Woodstock Academy and a 2nd down and 4.
Eric's had a nice half running the ball.
So up to the 25. Well, Mathewson with that 6-yard carry is up to 49 yards in 7 carries. 2nd down 4 from the 25. Got to get to about the 29-yard line. And now a timeout. This says a movement along the line, a false start.
No, I think it's on the defensive side.
Is it encroachment? It is a false start against procedure against Woodstock Academy.
I saw some Woodstock guys clapping, so maybe, I don't know.
Clapping for the wrong reasons. Back to the 20-yard line of Woodstock Academy. They move it, 2nd down 9 from the 20. Got a little breeze kicking up here and there. But the rain is gone, which is nice. After yesterday, the rain had better be gone.
Ugh,
it was awful. Just not a nice day yesterday. Richardson, 2nd and 9, puts out Phillips into the pattern, throws downfield for Clark, and it's knocked away at the last minute by Montville. I think it actually was Byer who came in and made the defensive play, swatting it away.
Yeah, nice defensive play because Sam definitely had the step on him. The snap was low, and it caused the timing to kind of get thrown off just a little bit, I think.
Yep.
And but still, that was a pretty well executed play. Sometimes you have to take your hat off for the defense. That was a great play.
It was. Byer came right over and slapped it down, and at the last minute too, because Clark was just about ready to haul it in.
Yeah, that was textbook defense in the secondary.
3rd down and 9 from the 20-yard line for the Centaurs. Got to make a play here. Alshie punting from deep. Richardson rolls out to his right, tosses it quickly to Lezot. Lezot to the 25, the 30. Flag goes down, block in the back most likely. At about the 37-yard line is where he goes down, but I think they're going to get a block in the back to the near side. No, we're going to get an illegal man downfield.
No.
An illegal man downfield against the Centaurs. So that's unfortunate. You'll back him up 5 yards. Ineligible, whatever you want to call it.
So yeah, it looks like they were blocking downfield prior to the pass.
I thought they were going to get a block in the back on Watt.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I definitely.
I saw a Montville player go flying, so I made an assumption on that one. 15-yard after the ineligible receiver penalty, minus 5 yards. And now you're back to a 3rd down and 16 yards or so from the 15-yard line. Well, 14 yards. You got to get to about the 29.
It just shows you how crafted these plays are. So you've had the last 2 plays where it was a low snap and it threw off the timing. And even in this situation, you had a player who was probably in the right place, but just was blocking too quick.
Mathewson comes out of the backfield, goes split wide right. Richardson looks left. Richardson throws it downfield. It is complete at the sticks for Lucas Theriak.
Yeah, that was great.
And a first down at the 30-yard line. Nice play.
I mean, that's what you see. You know, that's a 2-minute drill play. You go right to the sticks and step out of bounds. That was a great play.
31-yard line, a gain of 16 on the pass play for the Centaurs, and a first down. That's the most important part. First time that Theriak has been targeted today. 31-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:12 left in the first half. Football to Mathewson. Over the right side up to about the 37-yard line before he's taken down from behind. Aponte came up to make the hit. They'll mark it right at the 36, give him a gain of 5 on the play for Mathewson.
Woodstock is showing a nice spreading it out between run and pass. A nice combination, keeping the defense honest. Moving the ball, which is the name of the game, and time of possession. Obviously, you want to keep it as long as you can to end the half, because Woodstock does receive the second half kick as well.
They did defer to the second half. That's a good point. Richardson comes under center this time. Jacob Say, the sophomore. And Richardson will hand it off. And this time it is Luperon. And Luperon trying to get out of that mix, but he's not going to get away from Caleb Brown, who came in to make the Caden Brown, I do believe, number 50. Yeah, Caden Brown. So they'll mark that one back at the 32-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play for the Centaurs. And it brings up a 3rd down and 9. It's the first carry today for Luperon, who's been a punt returner a couple of times.
See what Woodstock does here, 3rd and 9.
Yeah. 3:50 left to go in the first half. You want to go in with a 20-0.
Yeah, you're not in 4-down territory here,
you're
but you have the opportunity, if you don't get the first down, to kind of give Montville a long field.
Richardson, quick out to Luperon, up to the 30, to the 35, 40. He's got some room, 45, flag
another
goes
flag,
out. 45, 40, out of bounds at about the 32, and it's going to come back.
Yeah, legal block on
There's actually 2
here.
flags. Isn't there one out here as well? There's 2 flags, one at the 41 and one at the 36. 2 flags on the field.
Yeah.
And I think both are the same one, to be honest, but we'll figure it out.
You only get charged for one. It's a good
I know.
thing. There's no double jeopardy.
I know. But they'll take the one that's further back is the one they're going to take.
Unless it's the same.
Exactly. It's a block, in the back. That's
yeah.
what we knew it was. So the block would happen at about the 36-yard line. It'll back it up to about the 26-yard line. So technically a loss of 6 on the play. And you're looking at 3rd down now and 16 yards. At the 26-yard line. Got to get up to the 41, so it's actually, we'll say 15. We'll change that up a little bit. 3rd and 15 for Richardson. And Richardson looks over the formation. And the low snap again. Richardson in trouble to the right, has to go to the left, tosses out quick, up to the 31, to the 35, up to the 40 as Luperon gets a little 4 on.
Yeah.
Another flag going out, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, out of bounds at the 25. The flag was down back at the 43-yard line. And that might come back as well.
Another penalty mark on the play.
Now, this is something that if you're a coaching staff, you hate. You're doing nice things, but you're getting it called back by another block in the back.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they got that right. It looked like it was more. Yeah, that looked like it was more on the side. Yeah.
I didn't see it either. I saw the forearm by Luperon to clear himself a little bit, but that's the only thing and that's not anything wrong. 33-yard line is where they'll mark it.
I definitely watched that whole sequence, and it was definitely a legitimate block, in my opinion.
So technically, they gained 7 yards.
But my opinion doesn't matter.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't. Our opinion means 0. So they gained 7 yards on the penalty. So it's 3rd down at the 33-yard line. They got to get to the 41. So it's 3rd down and 8.
Interesting how that doesn't come back. That play doesn't come back, because that was a penalty.
But it's a spot foul.
Yeah.
It's a spot foul. So wherever it was where it comes back to. And now we have another call from the backfield.
took
And there
away
are
a
too many
game.
men, yeah. Too many men against Woodstock Academy.
A little out of sorts here.
Yeah.
Well, I think anytime you've had a couple successful plays, you've had a few successful drives, and the first block in the back I'm going to go with, but this one, so there's some frustration probably, but they gotta forget about it and go on to the next play here.
In this drive alone, 5 penalties so far. Richardson back to throw. Richardson's going to loft it down this way for Lucas Theriak. Can he get to it? He cannot. Kind of twisted and turned him around at about the 40-yard line and just couldn't get his body over to where the football was, and it will be a punting situation for the Centaurs.
The good news is that Woodstock was able to eat up quite a bit of clock there.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, although you had an empty possession, with some...
It doesn't leave a good taste, but it's not hurting you either.
Well, your defense has been good for most of the day so far, so you hope that your defense steps up, and hopefully your special teams play here keeps. Looks like Montville's going to get good field position if all things go.
Jacob Lezot, he's going to run it out. He's going to throw it out of there. He's going to get it complete at the 45-yard line. It is indeed a first down for the Centaurs, completed to Mathewson at the 45.
Great play.
Lezot to Mathewson. Well, I know Sean Saucier is not a guy to punt very often, and that's the way it was today.
Love that call right there. That's a gutsy call in your own territory. They obviously saw something that they liked.
17-yard pass play goes out to Mathewson. And a first down and 10 at the 45 with 1:54 and counting. Theriak comes down to this right side. They fake the belly, handoff again. Richardson got a little bottled up as he carried it over the 45. Aponte got tied up out there with Abdullah Chowdhury, and the two of them went down right in front of Richardson, and he kind of went in the pile.
Woodstock going quick here, no huddle.
Gain of 3 on the play for Richardson to the 48-yard line of Woodstock Academy. Richardson now with 54 yards and 4 carries. Richardson takes a low snap, looks to the left. He's in trouble from behind, and now will go keep his feet.
He got out of it.
His feet. 47-50, 45-40, and inside driven out by Byer at the 40-yard line.
Great job by Teddy on getting away from that.
12 yards on the carry, and the best thing about it, there's no yellow laundry on the field.
Yeah, and the clock stopped. He got out of bounds. Well, with the first down, obviously, they moved forward, but...
12 yards on the carry for Richardson to the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for Woodstock Academy, leading 20-0. Just 1:06 left before halftime. Richardson with Jacob Say as the center. Back to throw is Richardson. Quick out to Mathewson. Led him well down inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line.
Yeah,
Might
good
have
play
to
by
call a
Montville.
timeout here
because
they did keep it in bounds, and they will call the time.
Great job by Montville sniffing that out. That was good. But I like the variation of plays that are being run. You got a little run, you got a little keeper, you got a little screen, you got a little downfield action. I think that's to make it effective, you got to keep the defense on its toes, and Woodstock certainly done a nice job of that in the first half.
1 yard on the pass play to the 39-yard line, where it comes down to second down and 9. Centaurs, like everybody else, take a break next week. It is bye week, not everybody else, but for the majority of the team of high school football teams in the state, it'll be a bye week next week.
It's always good in the middle of the season because you'd be, 4 games in, so you're almost to the halfway point. So give your guys a rest and get everyone that's broken healed.
Yeah, as much as you can. And there's certain rules in a bye week that you also must follow. There is no contact. I
think they focus more on conditioning than anything.
It's kind of like a reset, if you will, when you're on a bye week. And it is required by the CIAC. Richardson looks to throw, in trouble, tosses it out, and incomplete. Tried to get it to Theriak, but he was in the arms of Caden Brown, and he had to get rid of it quickly.
Yeah, good pursuit by the Montville defense there, forcing Teddy to throw it a little bit on his heels and quicker than he would have liked to, but fortunately it fell short of the Montville player.
So now you're 3rd and 9 at the 39-yard line. You're not at all anywhere near any field goal territory, so you're in 4-down territory. And now you just got to think you also only have 53 seconds left to play with. And I think they have two timeouts left.
They have 2 timeouts left. I like the situation that they're in because they can keep the ball for
Richardson
the
over the
half.
middle,
Oh,
intercepted.
That's not what they wanted.
24-yard line. Picked off. It'll be good up to the 33-yard line. It was taken by Zeke Stanley. I think that was number 9. Was it number 9 or number 3? I think it was number 9. Number 3? 9. Okay, we have Zeke Stanley as the person who intercepted that. So much for keeping the football.
Yeah, that one just sailed a little bit.
Yep.
33-yard
line of Montville.
But you hope your defense has been good for the half. You hope that they hold here. Not great field position, but not horrible either for Montville.
Well, make it the 34-yard line. We'll give them a little extra yard
I believe
there.
they have one of their timeouts left.
I think you're right, because they took a couple on one possession. 42 seconds to play. Handoff of Ponte straight ahead, up to about the 40, keeping his legs churning to the 42-yard line. But that's kind of, unless they're going to call their last timeout, they will. Okay, so a timeout called by Montville. You would think with the handoff that they were just going to be content to go into the locker room, but I guess they thought Woodstock would think they're passing.
Well, that's more or less what I was thinking, that they were trying to catch Woodstock off guard a little bit by showing a pass formation and then handing a draw play. So I think there was more about that.
It was a gain of 8. It's 2nd down and 2, but you only have 32 seconds left to go in this first half of play and a 20-0 lead for the Centaurs. So Montville will have to come up with something here for Aiden Johnson. And you don't know how many tricks are in the bag with a young team, because you always look at hook and ladder. You always look at some kind of lateral play, maybe some kind of, any kind of quarterback fake.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you're Montville, though, you're still in the game. It's still a game at 20-0. You don't really want to make a silly mistake trying to do, outthink yourself a little bit. But again, I don't know.
Well, we'll see what's in the
mindset
playbook
of the coaching staff. But
they got trips left.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, trips left for Johnson. Johnson will look that way. He's got 3 choices. He's in trouble. Has to run out of it up to the 45-yard line, heading for the sidelines and out of bounds with 24 seconds to play. It was a smart move for a couple of reasons. Number 1, he wasn't going to gain much more. And number 2, he had to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Right, and he got the first down. So I think that worked out in Montville's favor.
Gain of 6 on the play for Johnson to the 48-yard line. And it is a 1st down and 10. There's 23 seconds left to go. So overall, a heady play for number 16 on that one. Cole Turney is the wingback, almost like a fullback, and he almost faked that Wildcats pitch, if you will. Down the field, Johnson looking and incomplete. He looper on his foot right in the face of number 16. Is that out there?
Yeah,
number 15.
The Montville sideline's looking for a pass interference, but that was not even close.
It was Castillo, number 10. My bad.
Yeah, first of all,
ran into Luperon.
It was an uncatchable ball.
Yep. So it's just another pass play they have 18 seconds left to go at the 48-yard line, and another opportunity for Montville with 2nd down and 10. I thought they might actually try a Wildcat snap there to Turney where they put him just off the right guard.
Yep.
So maybe that was something for the future to look at, because now we see where Cole Turney is going to go. He's now just off. He's right behind the tackle just about at this play. Johnson will go back to throw. Aponte stays in. Johnson, quick throw over the middle. There's Turney over the middle up to the 45.
Yeah,
but they don't have any timeouts left. The only thing they could do is spike it with 7 seconds to go. I don't think they're going to get enough time to do it.
No, that's the half.
And that'll do it at the 45-yard line of Woodstock Academy. It was a gain of 7 on the pass play for the Indians. But they will go into the locker room, not really the locker room, but to the end zone, if you will, down by a score of 20-0. We'll be back to the Bentley Athletic Complex here at Woodstock Academy in just a moment.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all. Ask the O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, about the exclusive Confident Retirement approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today. With the confident retirement approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor, the O'Brien Group will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you. It's what financial balance is all about. So call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. My office is conveniently located above the Shopper's Guide in downtown Putnam, Connecticut at 66 Main Street.
The confident retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18 cubic foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18 cubic foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
And we're back with you live at the Bentley Athletic Complex. Remember, Busquets Appliances in Willimantic and Danielson. They have Frigidaire 4-piece packages. Right now, $2,946. You save $1,320. My yearly salary here at Woodstock Academy. And Frigidaire 4-piece package, $2,296. You save $930 at Busquets Appliances in Willimantic and Danielson. Brad Favreau, Mark Allard along with you on this Saturday. A nice Saturday when you look at the scoreboard right now, 20-0 lead for Woodstock Academy over Montville.
Yeah, I think if you're Woodstock, you're real happy with how that half went. Your defense held its ground and did a great job. The offense showed a lot of variation between the pass and the run, and Teddy with his legs and with his arm. Sam Clark had a great half, defensively with 2 picks and a touchdown. I think the only thing, if you're Woodstock, that you'd like to clean up a little bit is the laundry on the field, the flags. Certainly, whether or not they were legit or not, that's not the point. But the fact that you're in that position where really the game could be over, if you don't have those penalties that hurt you. But now you're still, it's 20-0. Montville has shown some signs of moving the ball between the run with the Ponte and the passing game. So this game is far from over if you're Woodstock, so you got to be real cautious. That the key would be obviously to come right down and score and kind of set the message early on.
And to be fair with Woodstock Academy, the penalties were really only in that one specific drive where they had, because they only had 5 penalties in the half. But all of them were in one specific drive. So maybe that's just because it's highlighted, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, and I think, you don't hate to use the analogy when it rains, it pours.
Yeah,
but sometimes it and again, officials get sometimes caught up in it, and sometimes they look for some things. But again, that being said, you got to show discipline, if you're Woodstock, and not put yourself in that position so they can throw the hanky. So.
That's always the fun part, is that when the officials are not in your favor and you got to find your way through it. And again, when an official, it's like anything else. Officials can fall into a pattern, and all of a sudden, if they see one block in the back, the other one's easier to see, if you know what I'm saying.
Right, and then they start, you start looking for it a little bit. And again, it's not, they're doing their job, and you're not, I'm not saying that they're getting it wrong. I just think if you're Woodstock, you don't want to give them any reason to throw it. So. Just button that up a little bit, and I think that's probably what Coach Sauce and the rest of the staff is probably telling the kids is that look, let's not have a letdown. You had a good half of football. Let's not give anything back and make them think that they're in the game, because if you think about it, you're only 3 scores away between making it a game again. So you got to be careful of the letdown.
A couple of other games are going on this Saturday as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs boys soccer team is right now probably in Waterford, getting ready for their 12:30 game against the Lancers. That one down on the Waterford turf. And, of course, just a little while after this game finishes up here at the Bentley Athletic Complex, the Woodstock Academy girls soccer team is going to take to the field here. You've got to take to the field on the turf today because you might sink in the grassy field. Let's put it that way.
We needed an arc to get down here today. It was,
it was pretty wet.
It's frustrating. I know our grounds guys down here do a tremendous job of getting the fields ready for play, not only for games but for practices, and it's just been real frustrating because you just can't get any breaks. But hopefully that changes this week. And you can't control the weather, so you got to make do. So I got to tip my hat to Sean and Colin in the athletic department to making it work and being flexible and being able to move. Fortunately, we have 2 turf fields on our campuses, so we have some flexibility with some of our teams. Sometimes we have to share the fields a little bit more because the turf is the only surface that's playable. But everyone,
but fortunately, you had 2 turf fields. Yeah.
Right, and all the coaches have shown tremendous flexibility in their practice schedules and so forth. So, because it is what it is.
Yep. The girls soccer team will be taking to the field at about 2:00 this afternoon against the Plainfield Panthers. The boys prep soccer team, meanwhile, boys prep soccer 1 is heading out to Williston, Northampton, out in the northwest port of Massachusetts. Isn't Williston kind of northwest?
Yeah, that area got absolutely crushed yesterday.
I hope they're on a turf surface out there. Let me tell you.
I was looking at, again, sorry we're still talking about the weather, but I was looking at some of the projected totals, and they were in the 6-inch inches of rain, which equates to
incredible.
If that was snowing,
72 inches.
That would be blizzard-like conditions. So
can you envision that? 72 inches.
No. So we're very fortunate up here in the Quiet Corner that our rain amounts weren't.
Not that bad.
You look at the New York subways and how they're just crushed with underwater, and then safety becomes a concern when it comes down to that. So.
Yeah, you certainly do not want to have an athlete get an ankle injury or a leg injury or any kind of injury because of the ground that they're playing on. So hopefully there is turf in Northampton today. Williston Northampton School, the Centaurs Prep 1 soccer team going up there. The Prep 2 soccer team will be playing on this field on Monday at 2:30 against Putnam Science Academy. And, that's our next scheduled broadcast. We actually get a chance to see what has become basically a new program, the Prep soccer programs. Now there's Prep Soccer 1 and Prep Soccer 2, and they'll be playing against Putnam Science Academy.
Yeah, and it's a nice little rivalry as they're right up the road, and I think both programs are happy they don't have to travel because with the Prep Soccer and so forth, you have to, you tend to travel a lot, and it takes up a big chunk of your day, and so it's nice to have a nice local, and both teams, Putnam Science and Woodstock, they both travel well, so I expect it to be an exciting game down here at the complex.
That'll be a Global Education Sports Partner League game here at the Bentley Athletic Complex for them. We're at halftime. It's 20-0 in favor of Woodstock Academy over Montville, and we'll be back with more from the Bentley Athletic Complex.
Make your next night out a simply memorable one. The Mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The Mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the Mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The Mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The Mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the Mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456. Or visit them on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf.
That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me. Who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
Say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
we're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
Take it easy and enjoy world-class live music right here in the Quiet Corner. Eaglemania, the world's greatest Eagles tribute show, is coming to Luce Center for the Arts in Woodstock, Connecticut on October 20th. Live life in the fast lane and avoid the line. Get your tickets today on theloose.org.
I have been doing theater and acting since I was 8 years old. I absolutely love it. Coming here was one of the best decisions I've ever made, if not the best. The school has been so supportive. I am so unbelievably grateful. It's amazing to be in an environment where people want you to succeed and want you to do well. My name is Maggie McLaughlin. I'm a junior from Woodstock, and I am Woodstock Academy. For more information on where you can spend your next 4 years, please visit woodstockacademy.org/futurecentaurs.
And we welcome you back to the Bentley Athletic Complex. Halftime statistics here for you. Now, Eric Mathewson came in with 6 carries for 21 yards so far on the season. Today, 8 carries for 54 yards already. So what happens when you become the feature back.
Yeah, he's done a nice job of stepping into that role, and he's a little different kind of runner than David was, but he's got he's a little more slippery. He definitely hits holes. Not that David doesn't, but it's just a different style of running, and he's been a good complement to their passing game early on.
Richardson has 5 carries, 66 yards, most of that on a 30-yard touchdown scamper. Gabe Luperin, 1 carry, -4 for him so far, so that gives you, oh my God, I've got to do some quick calculations, 116 yards in rushing right now for Woodstock Academy. Passing-wise, 3 for 7 for Teddy Richardson, 68 yards. Jacob Lezot, 1 for 1 for 17, so that makes 85 yards, and 85 yards, and 100 and what did I say, 16?
Yep.
That's almost a 200-yard day. Actually, just a little over 200 yards for the first half. Receptions-wise, 2 catches for Eric Mathewson as well for 18 yards. One of those coming from Jacob Lezot. 1 for 51 for Sam Clark. And he's also got 2 interceptions to his credit as well. And 1 for 16 from Lucas Theriak. For Montville, Aponte has 11 carries for 58 yards, and Johnson has 3 carries for 8, 66 yards in rushing. 6 for 11 for Johnson passing, 51 yards, 2 interceptions, may we say as well, and both of them by Sam Clark. Receptions-wise, 3 for Castillo for 13 yards, 1 out there for Yard for 22, 1 for Byer for 9, and 1 for Turney for 7. So there's your receptions anyway. So you're looking at just about a 2-to-1 kind of situation yardage-wise for Woodstock Academy over Montville right now.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out, too, that Luperin really was the unfortunate recipient of – he had 2 great runs after catch that were both called back because of penalties. So his stats don't do it justice. Very unfortunate situation there. But I like how Woodstock is spreading it out between the run and the pass. Certainly defensively, they've been strong. But I think, like we talked about, coming out in this half ready is what they have to.
That's what they have to do is kind of
take care
reset.
of business right out of the gate.
Reset. They get the football first. Reset. Get it right and work through and make sure that you don't get the penalties that you had in the last offensive possession. The other thing is right now is you also want to come out of here. You would like to come out of here with a win and healthy. after a win.
Well, I think anytime, I mean, that's always, it's usually in that order, like you mentioned. But if the winning is 1 and healthy is 1A,
it really is.
I think, again, it's all part of the game. Injuries are all part of it. Football's a physical game. But yes, so far so good, it looks like. I don't see too much attention from our training staff.
And we've had, knock on wood, find it quick, because there has been no visitations by the training staff out onto the field either. So that's nice to see. So we're just about ready for a second half of football. And by the way, the weather has cleared out pretty nicely. It was supposed to, and it has. I mean, we had partial sunshine almost.
Yeah, it's very comfortable here. And again, it's I'll take anything. I would even take a little bit of a mist after what we dealt with yesterday. It's like that would.
I'm glad we don't have it.
That would have been an upgrade.
Anything was an upgrade over yesterday. And here we are. We're in the first weekend of October, just about starting tomorrow. Of course, that is. I'm not going to. There was almost a political joke coming out, but that's okay. So here we are in October, and then we have a couple of weeks off. The Centaurs go bye week next week, and then they're on the road. When we come back, in like the 21st and the 28th, I think we're going to be complaining about the weather for a different reason.
Yeah, it shifts. You get. I mean, if you get those late morning, early afternoon games, they're very comfortable typically, unless the weather pattern is I'm not predicting it because it's just I can't. It's just all over the place. But I think. You have those nice fall days, but then again, you can have days where it's 40 and raining sideways. So
yeah, you don't like those, that's for sure.
Right.
Hopefully that's not the case. From what I understand, since we're on a weather kick, supposed to be near 80 early this week.
Wow,
so,
that's great.
I mean, it's great in some ways, although I will say this, and I happen to point out Sam Clark because he and I were talking about it the other day, because we said it's going to be like 80 degrees on Monday, and he's like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's hot for practice.
For conditioning.
Fortunately, it's not a pads day.
For conditioning, you do not want an 80-degree day.
Yeah, maybe the coaches will be nice and do film work.
I doubt it.
I'm hoping to mow my lawn because my lawn's about 27 feet high. It's like Jack and the Beanstalk.
But the problem is, let's put it this way. You put your mower out on it, you may not see it again until next spring because it just may sink.
That's right.
So we're set to go as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs get the ball back to start the second half of play, leading by 20 points. A 20-0 lead over the Wolves of Montville. Wolves came in with a 2-1 record, while the Centaurs came in at 1-2. And the Centaurs hope to send the Wolves back at 2-2 and raise their record to 2-2. So a kickoff set to go here for Turney from the 40. And the boot. Luperon will track it down. It may roll out and will. It'll be at the 35-yard line. First down and 10 for the Centaurs, should they choose to take it, and I'm assuming they will. Most teams do, because you do have that option of saying kick it again and back it up 5.
I'm not sure what the thought process was there. It looked like they were just trying to kick it to an up man.
Yeah. Or somewhere where they weren't.
Yeah.
I don't understand it quite either, and maybe it just came off the side of the foot as well. It's possible. So first down and 10, 35-yard line for the Centaurs. Teddy Richardson, your quarterback. Eric Mathewson has been the running back for the most part. Sam Clark is your tight end. Your wide receivers, Henry Watton and Lucas Theriak. Kyle Grist and Riley O'Brien, your tackles. Kenny Brown and Abdullah Chowdhury, your guards. Jacob Say is your center.
I think the last thing you want if you're Montville is to give them good field position, give Woodstock good field position to start the half. I mean, you want to keep them back.
They come up with a fullback look, the I formation behind Richardson. Lezot is the fullback. They give it to Mathewson following number 9, and Mathewson trundles his way up to about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, I like that first call. I think a possession, Woodstock obviously you don't want to bleed the clock at this point in the game, but you have the ball. You want to take as much time as you can between the run and the pass and trying to keep the ball out of Montville's hands to not give them any hope that they can come back.
59, 59 was how many yards he is up to now. 40-yard line is where Mathewson brought the ball. Second down and 5 for the Centaurs. And now Luperon is back behind Richardson. Sam Clark actually is Lezot going across the formation to the wingback on the right side. And Richardson will give the football to Luperon straight ahead, and he got maybe a yard to about the 41. That was just a straight-ahead run, hoping that they can find something happening there. Not a lot.
Yeah, Montville actually showed a little bit of a run blitz, if you will, on that. They definitely had that scoped out and clogged the middle pretty quickly.
So it's 3rd down and 3. Well, 3rd down and 4 at the 41-yard line for the Centaurs. The way they play, this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, I don't think
that's the way Saucier does it generally. The whole coaching staff does not like to punt. A punt? What is that? Fake the handoff to Luperon, roll out to the left for Richardson, drags it down into the 45 to the 50, pushing his way up to the 45-yard line of Montville. Just about ran over Jaden Sherwood, one of the senior defensive backs, and got out into about the 46. And now we've got what?
An official's timeout.
Oh, we got blood. We got blood on the arm.
Oh, we spoke too early, didn't we?
Blood on the arm. That one's just a little scratch, something tells me.
And that last play was a planned, I think that was a planned run. Didn't look to be any breakdown of a play or anything like that. That was a planned run and keep the ball and move the chains.
14 yards on that carry for Richardson. He's got 80 on the afternoon now. And since Lezot went out, Dylan Phillips is in as the fullback, and there's a little confusion. Luperon now goes out to the left side, and now Phillips is talking to Richardson. We got all sorts of stuff in the backfield right now. Richardson decides, I'm just going to carry it. 45-40, 35, down to about the 32. Did the ball, almost I saw the ball pop. It was okay. Yeah. And they'll be at the first down at the 33-yard line.
Nice job with Woodstock with sticking to what's been working. They are running the ball very effectively. And
Richardson approaching 100 yards already. 33-yard line. It was a little bit of chaos in the backfield there for a bit when Lezot went out.
Sometimes it's planned chaos.
That one was because of the elbow issue. Let's put it that way. A little blood on the elbow.
Make the defense think that you're confused.
Even if you are. Handoff. This is Mathewson at the 30, 25. Stutter steps to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Dives ahead. Touchdown. Woodstock Academy. Eric Mathewson dove ahead, got over the goal line, got the touchdown for the Centaurs. And guess what? There is no laundry on the field.
Yeah, that was a great run, great blocking up front. I actually noticed Henry Watton kind of shy away from making any sort of block over by in front of the officials, saying, "You got me twice. I'm not doing that again."
Not doing that one anymore.
Yeah, good job by him by
33 yards. So Mathewson approaches 100 now, and a 26-0 lead for the Centaurs. Watton comes on to attempt the extra point.
Henry Watton to attempt the extra point. Lucas Stariak, the holder.
And the snap is down, the boot is up, and the boot is good. No good. Okay. So 9:21 left to go here in the third quarter. It's 26-0 in favor of
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all. Ask the O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, about the exclusive Confident Retirement approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today. With the Confident Retirement approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor, the O'Brien Group will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you. It's what financial balance is all about. So call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. My office is conveniently located above the Shopper's Guide in downtown Putnam, Connecticut at 66 Main Street.
The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
And set to go for the kickoff with Henry Watton kicking the football away. And the boot, low liner. Run its way to yard at about the 10-yard line, 15. He's up to the 20, up to about the 25, sheds a tackler to about the 30, and then gets met by about 3 of them, and will go down just around the 30-yard line. Eric Mathewson now with 92 yards on the afternoon.
Yeah, he's had a nice afternoon. The line has really done a good job today of creating holes and allowing Mathewson and Teddy to gain space, and so I think they have to be happy with that part of the game.
Absolutely. 30-yard of Montville.
And the protection's been pretty good in the past.
Been pretty good,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, they haven't had to throw the ball much
No.
either. I admit to that. I mean, they've had only 3 for 7, actually, for Woodstock Academy today.
Yeah,
so.
early on they were mixing it up
Yep.
a little bit more. I mean, that was a straight run. That whole drive was all runs.
So Johnson, quick out, throws it complete to Byer. Well, actually, is that number 8 out there? And I think that is Byer. No, it's Isaiah Yard, who got it out there.
Yeah, I would suspect that now Montville down by 4 scores are going to be a little bit more quicker in their play calling. Although they are in the huddle, I would think that they're going to try to pass a little bit more, try to gain more yardage.
4-yard gain on that one for Johnson, out to Yard. 2nd down and 6 for the Wolves at the 35-yard line. Probably almost a 5-yard gain, since they did mark it at the 35. Johnson back to throw quickly again. This comes to Castillo to the 40. He's up to the 45, pushing his way and hit from behind hard as he got to the 48-yard line. Kenny Brown from the defensive line came around and got him. So completion to Castillo. They get it up to the 48-yard line.
It looked like Theriak was coming in on the blitz, and nice job by the Montville quarterback in finding the open receiver, not panicking, getting him out in a short pass.
Gain on the play of 13 yards. 69 yards in passing now for Johnson. And Johnson gets the snap, throws it out to the right, complete to Byer. Byer at the 50, inside the 50, 45, 40. Is that Isaiah Yard again?
It is.
It's a Yard on the right side. Byer's down here. So it was Byer. It was Yard up on top.
Yeah, they're definitely spreading them out a little bit more here, which is really the way to go at this point. Like I said, you're down 4 scores. You got to do the quick hitters and got to try to get points back in a hurry.
13 yards again. They like that number. So they get it down to the Woodstock Academy 39-yard line. First down and 10 for the Wolves from the 39. Johnson, quick throw, complete, and down quickly went Yard this time, right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, it was Castillo over there. Lots of bodies to see through. So they'll mark that one at the 40. It's a loss of a yard on that pass play. So a 2nd down and 11. 10 for 15 now for Johnson. And most of those, or a lot of those, going to Castillo. 5 of them anyway, almost half going to Castillo. 6:52 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 26-0 in favor of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. Johnson back to throw, quick out. This is Castillo to the near side this time. Got it to about the 41-yard line. Maybe they gave him 40-yard line? Maybe. I thought it was at the 41, but they'll give him the 40.
Yeah, last 2 plays looks like Montville was going with the quick hitter, and Woodstock was on it both times. For very short gain. Actually, they lost the yard.
It's actually right where they were. They didn't gain anything on that pass play for Castillo.
So nice job by Woodstock in
3rd
sniffing
down
it out,
11.
if you will.
Yep. Looking for Castillo or Yard. That's who the Wolves have been looking for anyway. Byer once in a while, and Byer right now comes down to this near side. Up on top goes Yard, along with Chrisman. Aponte is the sole set. You got to figure 4-down territory here. Johnson
no
back
doubt.
to throw. Here comes Say. There goes the football. Incomplete for Chrisman this time. Looking downfield for Dante Chrisman. And just an incomplete pass. That time Say came flying in. But fortunately for the Centaurs, it just goes back to the 40-yard line. Johnson now 6 for 12 passing.
Yeah, it looks like, they're going for it.
11 for 17 passing. Got to count my little numbers there. 11 for 17.
I like his arm strength. He's got a good makeup here. He's that one he just overthrew just a little bit.
So a 4th down and 11 from the 39-yard line, and Johnson looks over to this left side, launches it downfield for Byer, and he just overthrew him because he did get behind the defense again.
Yeah.
So just another incomplete pass, and Woodstock Academy takes over the football at their own 40-yard line. Good field position for the Centaurs. 5:41 to go here in the third. Centaurs next go to Foran on October 13th. That's down in Milford, I do believe. That's you start going there on Friday, you'll be there by Saturday.
Yeah. 95. Oof.
Yeah, on a Friday.
Oy.
Not a good time to go on a Friday.
Leave at lunch.
Yeah, might have to. 7 o'clock game. Might get there by then if you don't hit the inevitable traffic jam. Richardson back in the pistol at the 35-yard line. Ball's at the 40. Handoff straight ahead. Mathewson a little bit to this right side. Carries it up to about the 46-yard line before he's taken down by Aponte.
Yeah, good formula right there. Good job keeping the ball on the ground, making that the clock is your friend at this point in the game.
Gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 for the Centaurs to their own 46-yard line. Of course, we'll as long as we stay in the lead, we'll have a Star of the Game show after this one. I know who I've already chosen right now, but we'll have to wait and see. It could change. There's 2 people I have in mind.
I'm not going to tip my hand yet.
Uh-oh. He's keeping his
Poker
cards
face.
to himself. Yep. Richardson, handoff. Actually, fake the handoff, go back to throw, launch it down the field for Theriak. It's just over his outstretched hands. He and Watton were heading down in the same direction. Theriak got a little bit of a lead on the defensive back and had a chance, but it just went just beyond his hands.
Yeah, just overthrown just a little bit, but a nice design play right there. And, Teddy had some nice air underneath it, just maybe one more step.
Yep, I'd agree with that. So it will be 3rd down and 4 from the 46-yard line. Got to get to midfield for Richardson and the Centaurs. Designed run. Nope.
Yeah,
yep.
first man
Handoff.
through.
Lezot. First down. Lezot
Nice
spinning
job.
his way down to the Montville 46-yard line. Quick hitter from the fullback. Give him a gain of 8 on the play. That's a quick way of getting it.
Lazat's had a nice day, too, with that beautiful fake punt pass and the nice first down carry right there.
A lot of Centaurs have had a decent day today.
Good balance.
Yeah.
Good balance today.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of Montville, but more importantly, down to 4.5 to play here in the 3rd. Richardson has Luperon back behind him now. And Jacob Say on the snap. Low snap. Richardson goes to the right side, gets it down to the 45, down to the 40, inside the 40. Goes down at the 38-yard line.
Pushed out of bounds by number 3, Dante Kissman for Montville.
Gain of 8 on the play.
2nd and 2
for Richardson.
Woodstock from the Montville.
Well, that reaches triple digits, 100 yards on the day for Teddy Richardson rushing.
That was a low snap, but I'm not sure that was really a broken play. I think, there's been a few design runs like that, so it's hard to tell.
Watton right, Theriak left, Lezot the fullback. And there's a little bit of a tough snap that Richardson just had to take and fall forward with.
Yeah.
Little bit of a disconnect between he and Jacob
Yeah, the
Say.
exchange there wasn't great from the center to the quarterback, and that broke up the play just a little bit. That I will call a broken play.
That you can legitimately call a broken play. So no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Centaurs. A little bit of wind kicking up here. Taking a little bit longer time to get the plays in, and they're doing that specifically to kind of waste time.
Yeah, I mean, they give you the time in between plays, and you have the lead, so you might as well take it.
You got to watch the back judge. When his hand comes up, you have 5 seconds left. So Richardson hands off. This is Mathewson left side, 35, 30, inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for Woodstock Academy as they methodically move their way downfield. They'll mark it right at the probably the 27. It's tough. I think I'm going to give them the 28 on that one. So a gain of 10 on the play for Mathewson. Down to the 28-yard line of Montville. And Mathewson is now over the 100-yard mark at 108 yards on the afternoon. And once again, a very deliberate offense here. Richardson, the sole man in the backfield. Theriak and Watton over to the right. Now Lizot joins him. And Richardson, that's a designed run left. Richardson trying to get around Bubakis the end, and he cannot, and he gets forced out of bounds. So, I'll tell you, the people on the chain gang today are getting their hits. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Coach Elliott, the game, it's great to watch because that was, although you're up 26-0, there was a missed assignment in the backfield, it looks like, and Coach Elliott is letting the player know it.
In no uncertain terms. A loss of 2 on that play for Richardson. Back to the 30-yard line. Unfortunately for Richardson, that means he's under 100 yards because he was right at the 100-yard mark. 2:36 left to go here in the third quarter. It's 2nd down and 12 from the 30.
I actually had a fantasy team member had a minus yardage. I don't think I get any points for that.
No, probably not. And this one's handed straight ahead to the 25, down to about the 21, close to a first down.
It's never good when you look at your stats, and the player that you have in the wide receiver spot has -2.
Ooh, I thought you were thinking like Josh Jacobs or something out of the Las Vegas Raiders. I think he was at -1 for a while, wasn't he?
Yes.
21-yard line is where they'll mark it on Montville, but it's not a first down. It is a gain of 9 for Teddy Richardson on that one. That gets him back over the 100-yard mark.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory here, Mike.
Absolutely. 3rd down and a couple at the 21. Trying to bark their way through.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to draw him a little bit.
Yep, trying to bark his way through and didn't get any real response from Montville. So now back under center, and Richardson will give the football. This is Lizot on the carry. Lizot, or actually Mathewson, I should say, on the carry.
Yeah, first
inside
down,
the 5.
touchdown.
Touchdown, Eric Mathewson, Woodstock Academy. On the board again. Eric Mathewson just found and picked his way to a touchdown. Let's put it that way. Spread it out to the right side, was able to take advantage, and moved his way through.
Yeah, again, great job up front by the line of Woodstock in creating space for Eric, and Eric did the rest.
1:41 left and an Eric Mathewson touchdown. Having a little transmission issue here. We'll keep it here. And here's a kick for Henry Watton. The boot is down, the boot is up, and it is no good. So the 21-yard run by Mathewson and a 32-0 lead for Woodstock Academy over Montville. We'll be back with more
here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf.
That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me. Who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
Say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
we're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
I'm back with you here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. Kickoff goes over the head of Isaiah Yard back to the end zone.
Oh, that's a block in the back.
Yeah, 5 up to about the 6. In trouble still, backs up, and he's going to have, I think, forward progress to the 6-yard line. I don't see any laundry on the field.
Yeah, that was ugly right out of the gate.
So I think they're going to mark it at the 6-yard line or something to that effect.
Montville definitely got away with the block in the back there, but
okay, let's see what we got going here. Talking over to the Montville sideline. I'm just seeing where they marked that forward progress to, because that's an interesting call in itself. Eric Mathewson.
yeah, I don't disagree with it. I mean, I think if you're on the Woodstock side, you kind of want the safety, but I think that, they got it right as far as forward progress goes. Although I'm confused about what is forward progress today.
They actually marked it at the 4-yard line. Inside the, they actually did when he retreated, if you will.
Yes.
Inside the 5 is where they marked it at the 4-yard line. So it's 1st down and 10 for Montville from there.
Yeah, the first issue was that the kick was mishandled.
Quick out by
and
Johnson to
ended up in the
Castillo,
end
and it's
zone.
incomplete. Yeah, it was. It bounced over his head and never went into the end
Correct.
zone. That is like a kick returner's nightmare.
Yes, agreed.
By doing that. So that's just an incomplete pass to Castillo, and you have 2nd down and 10 from the 4-yard line. And remember, you're at 32-0 right now, so you could be heading into running time in the 4th quarter if you score again here, if you're the Centaurs anyway, and you get a game done early. It's not a bad thing because injuries tend to take place late. Johnson hands off to Aponte. Aponte trying to get out of his own end zone and having troubles doing so, could not get anything going, and he loses a yard back to the 3. So it'll be back to the 3-yard line. It's 3rd down and 11 from the 3-yard line of Montville. That was great defensive work along that front line.
Yeah, and this is where, this is where they're kind of, if you're Woodstock, this is really where you put the game away. I mean, I think we're there a little bit.
I think we are there.
But you can really send a message right now.
So Johnson facing a 3rd and 11 from his own end zone. Empty backfield. Throws it over the middle, incomplete, almost intercepted. Diving after that football.
Dominic
yeah,
LaFleur
Dom
almost
LaFleur.
had it.
So an incomplete. So it's 4th down and 11. It's that wiring, yes. We have a little wire issue. I think it's back now. That's only when you go way over there, Mr. O'Connor, when you're down in the end zone, I think is what it is. A little wire issue that we're dealing with, so we do apologize. It's gone away again. We're back again. Okay, so we'll make it happen. Here's a punting situation for
back
Turney.
of the end zone.
Yep, boots it out of there.
Pretty good punt for back of the end
Luperon
zone.
at the 35, up to about the 30, to the 25, and
he's
still
in.
on his feet. 15,
Touchdown.
10, 5.
No laundry.
No laundry. Touchdown, Gabe Luperon on the punt return. Touchdown from 35 yards out. And what I was looking for was laundry as well.
Yeah, I was saying that was a great punt out of the end zone. I mean, the punter, I think it was Turney who was punting. He was at the back of the end zone. He had nowhere to go, and he actually punted it almost. It landed.
35 yards.
Gabe caught it, about the 40-yard line, just inside.
Yeah, 35-yard line, just about.
And great return. Of course, when you have a short field like that,
Yeah.
it's always nice. You see the end zone. The end zone looks closer. It's like, I'm getting there.
I could get there. This could be a really good day for me.
Yep.
So Gabe Luperon gets the 35-yard punt return score. It makes it 38-0 here. So Watton will attempt the extra point. See if we can get this one from Henry Watton. And here's the snap. There's the boot. The boot is up, and the boot is good. So with just 20 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, the score, Woodstock Academy 39 and Montville nothing.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18-cubic-foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18-cubic-foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
Set for the kickoff here for the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. A low runner Picked up at the 25-yard line by Aponte, gets to about the 30, gets wrapped up at about the 33-yard line. This is where he falls forward.
Watton was the first guy down there. He made the kick, and he was the first guy on the ball. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. He got a running start. So the ball will be marked right at the 33-yard line of Montville. 20 seconds or 2 seconds. This will end it because now we're into running time. Okay, as the third quarter comes to a close, the Centaurs lead Montville, I should say, by a score of 39-0. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Take it easy and enjoy world-class live music right here in the Quiet Corner. Eaglemania, the world's greatest Eagles tribute show, is coming to Luce Center for the Arts in Woodstock, Connecticut on October 20th. Live life in the fast lane and avoid the line. Get your tickets today on theloose.org.
39-0 in favor of the Centaurs as we go to the fourth quarter of play. And running time now is our friend.
It's interesting. I mean, the score is 39-0.
You don't feel it?
I don't. I mean, I feel like Woodstock has done what they wanted to offensively, and defensively they've been very strong as well. But Montville's got some weapons, and they've got some playmakers, and I think it's a little deceiving.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Again, certainly the punt return for the touchdown, certainly.
The two interceptions. I mean, the turnovers have hurt, and the fact that they really haven't controlled the running game.
Yeah, the fumble early in the game. So, I mean, I think although it's been a pretty dominant performance by Woodstock, I think it's been a better game than the score indicates.
Johnson throws it out to Castillo. He's at the 35, at the 40. Throw.
We might get a late one on that.
Yeah,
here it comes.
He's digging for it.
Yeah.
Where's that flag?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So that Castillo was kind of whipped out of bounds on that one. That usually will get you a yellow flag. And it does.
Yeah, that was the right call. He was well out of bounds.
Ball will be marked at the 43-yard line. 44-yard line, and we'll go from there. So it's an 11-yard pass play to the 44, and then it goes up to the Woodstock Academy 41-yard line on the roughing, unsportsmanlike, if you will, late hit, whatever you want to call it, because it's a 15-yard penalty. Down to the
they classify that
line.
as an unsportsmanlike.
Yep.
Those are the kind of things that, it's you like the fact that the players are still playing hard, but as a coach, you don't like to see those things happen.
Johnson gives the football to Aponte, up to the 35, inside the 35, down to the 30, down to about the 25-yard line.
Another one. Yep, another late hit out of bounds.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
This is where it gets a little bit dicey.
Yeah, and again, I think the officials got it right. I know that was right in front of us, and they're really.
Well, it was a little bump at the end. I think that really got it.
Well, and then they threw him down. I mean, you're trying to at this, like you said, at this point in the game, it can get a little chippy, and you're looking at the safety of the players.
Correct. It was a 16-yard gain for Aponte down to the 25-yard line of Woodstock Academy, and then another personal foul that will chalk it up from there. So it should be down to about the 10. When all is said and done. No, make it the 12 is where they'll put it down.
Yeah, so you've had 30 yards worth of penalties.
Yeah.
Your defense has done a good job all day.
And now all of a sudden, this starts to happen. So it'll be marked at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for Montville. They'll give the football to Aponte, and he gets through the initial wave and then gets knocked down at about the 11. Gained maybe a yard on the play. So they'll mark it, I think, just outside the 10. Mark it at the 11-yard line, and you gain 1 for Aponte. And once again, we do apologize. Little technical difficulties going on here, and you can hear it for sure. We'll try to make it so that you can see it as soon as possible. Here's a throw. It is complete to Castillo inside the 5-yard line, down to about the 3. Just a little issue with some cords, I think, is what it comes down to. Now we got it back. Either a cord, there it goes again. It's either a cord or a connection, folks. We're working on it as much as we can. That was a 6-yard pass play for Johnson, completing it to Castillo, just under 100 yards in passing now. Down to the 4-yard line. It is 3rd down and 4. Johnson hands off to Aponte. Straight ahead, Aponte trying to get a touchdown out of this one, pushing a pile through. Does he get there is the issue. The answer, no whistle yet.
Yeah.
This is like rugby.
Yeah, that
Where is
to
the
me,
whistle?
Yeah, the
forward progress is stopped.
Yeah, to me that's, you talk about safety of the player.
And they gave the touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, I give Aponte credit for keeping the legs moving and playing the whistle, but the whole idea is, safety, and that's certainly a good way of getting someone hurt.
So it'll give an Aponte a 5-yard touchdown run. Just by forward progress is what it comes down to. So he now has 79 yards on the day. The boot is up by Turney, and the boot is good through the uprights. So it is now 39-7, 8:17 to play. And we'll be back with more from the Bentley Athletic Complex here at Woodstock Academy in just a moment.
Make your next night out a simply memorable one. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456.
And a kickoff being taken right at the 25, up to the 30, up to the 35, the 40, the 45,
nice
down
return.
at about the 47-yard line for Dominic LaFleur.
Yeah, nice return there.
So 47-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Centaurs. And we're, by the way, off of running time now because of that touchdown by Montville. So it's 1st down and 10 for the Centaurs from the 47.
1st and 10 for Woodstock from the Woodstock 47-yard line.
8:06 left to go in the game. Kind of popping in and out on video is our problem here, and we're working on it. But unfortunately, when you have a bad cable, sometimes it just doesn't work. So you'll listen to play-by-play for a little bit, we do hope. Got it back. Hopefully it'll stay. 1st down and 10, 47-yard line. This is a handoff for Luperon. Luperon up around the 50, down to about the 46-yard line for the Centaurs.
Looks like Sam Clark is in there under center.
7-yard gain. Well, you don't want to, I mean, we heard at the beginning from Coach Saucier the fact that Teddy Richardson was not 100%. So you certainly don't want to test it. You know what I'm saying? Luperon got it to the 46, a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. You're right. Clark is in there at quarterback. Lizot and Mathewson behind him. Clark taking his time for obvious reasons. Handoff, actually, this is Dylan Phillips, I think. Is this Phillips?
Yep.
Number 20? Nope, not 20.
28.
28. So it's not Dylan Phillips, it's Kaysen Baril. Kaysen Baril Castillo at the 26-yard line.
Freshman getting some action. Good to see.
Mark it at the 26. You give him a gain of 20. 36, excuse me. I tried to move it higher, further. What can I say? Give him a gain of 10. That probably seems a little bit more accurate. 1st down 10, 36 or 36-yard line for the Centaurs. So Baril Castillo in there. And now Dylan Phillips, I think, is your fullback, if I'm right. Is that number 20 in front of him?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. They're waiting until the back judge throws up the 5-second.
20s.
Yeah, it's Phillips. Here's Baril Castillo again at the 25 or 35 inside the 35, down to about the 32-yard line, where it'll be second down. 27-yard line.
So we're at the time of the game where we talk about potential players of the game.
Yes.
I am outside the box, as you know, always. And our running game has been fantastic today. And who is responsible for the running game?
Oh, you're going to go to an offensive lineman?
I am. Though that is my vote today.
We'll bring up. So which one are the offensive linemen?
Well.
Now I'm really going to push you on it. By the way, that was 4 yards to the 32-yard line. While Mr.
How about our upper
upper
class?
Kenny Brown.
Our upper class. You have Riley O'Brien up front
Riley
as a
O'Brien
senior.
Kenny Brown.
Kenny
Here's
Brown.
a touchdown for
Yeah,
Sam
Clark again.
Racing it to the end zone for Woodstock Academy, and the little jump at the end there. Sam Clark finds his way to the end zone.
I mean, I think Sam deserves a part to be one of those guys too. He's had quite the day. So I would say that's my vote for players of the game.
Sam Clark and Kenny Brown. What do you think?
Well, and you got another senior.
You got Riley O'Brien.
It's a homecoming, so let's do it.
We'll grab a couple of them, bring them on up here.
Well, and Sam's been good and Kenny have been good on the defensive side of the ball today too.
Absolutely. So Sam Clark on the 32-yard touchdown run just keeps adding up the offensive yards for Woodstock Academy. Watton on the kick. And the boot is up and through. 5:45 to go, and it's 45 to 46-7, I should say. Lead for Woodstock Academy. We'll keep it here as we will be going back to running time. Back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I think Sam Clark has had a spectacular day. 2 interceptions. A touchdown reception from 51 yards, a touchdown run from 32 yards.
And 2 interceptions, correct?
But that's what I said, 2
picks,
interceptions.
yep.
So Sam Clark certainly, I think, deserves it. And I think you're right, Kenny Brown, maybe Riley O'Brien. It's tough to tell the offensive line, you know what I'm saying? Because
it's not tough to tell. Your offensive line did the job.
You've got to pick one. You can't pick them all. That's the tough thing to figure out. And Kenny and Riley are your seniors, and they are – let me see. Well, they were running kind of left and right, so it didn't really matter.
Yep, and I think, like we talked about too, Kenny's a two-way player. He's been great defensively today too. I just think a good overall team effort today from both of the lines, offensive and defensive line. Because the defense has been really strong today. When you hold a team to 7 points, your defense has to do something right. So I think that's been. That's been a good sign from both sides of the ball.
So Sherwood caught the ball with his knee on the ground. Thus, the ball goes right to where it was caught, and it'll be right at the 24. Actually, that's not the 24. It's the 19-yard line is where they'll mark that football. First down and 10 for Montville. So Sam Clark, Kenny Brown, and Riley O'Brien.
Sounds good to me.
What can do with that? And then a penalty or call against.
Not to be overshadowed, but Eric Mathewson's had a great day as
that's
well.
That's the other one I was thinking was Mathewson.
I'd like to. I mean, I think Teddy has had a good game running the ball and throwing the ball.
But I'm going to agree with you. The offensive line has a lot to do with that, and maybe that's a good thing to look at as your seniors on your offensive line.
Yeah, and one of the things going into this year that last year they were very, very big and strong up front, and this year they've given up a little bit of size up front. But to me, they controlled the trenches today, and I think that says a lot for what they're working on and the skill work that gets done at practice, because it is about technique. Obviously having a big body up there is certainly, having a Jared Eaton and a Evan Roy up there is obviously great because of their size. But I think, technique plays such a big part of, and I got to think that they're really coaching them up up front, and because they do give up some size. I mean, Montville's bigger up front. And
Quick out from Johnson.
And we've dominated the line of scrimmage today.
We have indeed. That was a quick out from Johnson to Castillo. Doesn't go far. Ball be maybe a yard at the 20-yard line. The passing game has been okay for Montville, just not getting them a lot of territory.
Yeah, they seem to have some good, the receivers are running good routes, and the quarterback's got a lot of poise back there, but they haven't been able to fire on all cylinders. Their running game looked good early on the second possession, but I think really Woodstock took them out of their game right out of the get-go.
Here's the handoff, and going down relatively quickly.
Yeah, good pursuit
is
there.
Bosa. Kamami Bosa goes down right at the line of scrimmage.
Eli
on his
Manning
first
in on
carry.
the tackle as well.
Where's Peyton?
You think he hears that every now and again?
I can imagine every day.
Well, it's interesting. We have an Eli Manning as a student, and everyone's like, "That's your name." And then we have a Denzel Washington, who is one of our staff members.
Absolutely.
And
that's your name? Yeah.
Good stuff.
3rd down and 9 at the 20-yard line. 3:42. Remember, running time now. Quick pass from Johnson, a little jump pass to try to get it to Castillo, and couldn't do so. So it'll be 4th down for Montville.
That was an interesting play.
Yeah.
Woodstock had 10 men on the field, and the guy ran onto the field, number 8. Looks like it was Eric Mathewson, ran onto the field just as they were ready to snap.
They're not wearing green and gold. The colors of Notre Dame, the 10-player drill, which has been roundly criticized.
Oh, boy.
Against Ohio State. So 20-yard line, 4th down and 9.
What a tough day and age it is to be a college football coach.
Tough day and age to be a coach anyway.
I mean, it's just, you just can't win.
It's brutal.
I mean, you put your heart and soul into a program, and you're just, everything is under the microscope.
Turney's boot comes down to 48, bounced off the Centaurs, and Montville will recover. Unfortunate, just a tough one, kind of trying to catch it, and it just bounced off and fell down at the 42-yard line, and Montville will get the football back. But remember, running time, you got 2:37 left to go.
Yeah, you could see the receiver take his eye off the ball.
Yep.
There was, Montville had good coverage downfield, and you could see him look right at you saw the Montville player, and took his eye off the ball a little bit, but you learn and move on.
42-yard line of Montville. And back to throw is Johnson. Looks downfield, launching it. LaFleur knocks it down for the Centaurs.
Is that 18 or 19?
Yeah, I think that was 18, wasn't it? If it was 18, it was LaFleur. No, it's 19. It's Griffin Bloom.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. 19 and 18, tough to tell.
Nice play right there.
So just an incomplete pass.
Bloom's thinking, I really wanted an interception there.
I really wanted that one. Just couldn't quite get it.
That would have been poetic justice since his mom got taken out by on the chain gang over there on the sideline.
One of our 2 chain gang hits over there on the sideline.
Casualties, no casualties. They're still walking. That's good.
That's always good. Downfield they throw as they look, and they complete to Byer at the 25, down to about the 19-yard line.
Good hustle by Mathewson to get back into that play.
So down to the 19-yard line of Woodstock Academy.
Montville's been like 1 or 2 feet or inches away from those plays all day today, and that one they connected on.
44-yard pass play. Down to the 19-yard line of the Centaurs. Quickly back to throw. Johnson to Castillo. Castillo cuts it inside to the middle of the field. He'll go down right about the 6-yard line.
No players hurt.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to see.
No, not at this point in the game.
Especially considering the score and everything else. You do not want to see a player go down, but indeed we do have one. First time that we had to see the trainers come out. So we're going to see exactly where they marked that football. It was Castillo who caught the football, who is the one who was injured, but he's up quickly. Walking off the field with head coach Tanner Grove. So that's a good thing. They will mark the ball, I think, right at about the 8-yard line. So give them a gain of 11 on that pass play. 8-yard line of Woodstock Academy.
First and goal for Montville from the Woodstock 8-yard line.
First and goal, as you may have heard Joe Norton say. And Johnson looks down to that left side in trouble, throws it into the end zone, incomplete. Up and over the top of Yard, who was in the back of the end zone. Clock will run with 13 seconds to go, and that should end it here at the Bentley Athletic
They might get
Complex.
one more play here.
I don't know. 7 seconds. I don't think
struggling.
they're going to call a time. They're not going to call timeout. And you got 2 seconds. No, you're not. You might get it off. They got it off.
They let him
Johnson's going to throw. No, he's not. Pulls it down. Looks. Throws in the back of the end zone. It is complete for a touchdown on the final play of the game. He got it out to number 7 again, Byer, I do believe, was the man who caught that with no time remaining on the clock. And that's going to be your final score.
Very generous by the official right there, because it did appear the time was.
I would agree. 8-yard pass play for the touchdown. So your final score is 46-13 in favor of Woodstock Academy over Montville here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. Brad Favreau, you want to go get those guys?
Happy
and
to do
head
that.
coach Sean Saucier as well. And then head on back up. We'll be back with more from the Bentley Athletic Complex. Our final score, 46-13 in favor of Woodstock.
Well,
Academy.
here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf.
That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me. Who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
Say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
we're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
Make your next night out a simply memorable one. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456. Or visit them on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest.
Take it easy and enjoy world-class live music right here in the Quiet Corner. Eaglemania, the world's greatest Eagles tribute show, is coming to Luce Center for the Arts in Woodstock, Connecticut on October 20th. Live life in the fast lane and avoid the line. Get your tickets today on theloose.org.
And we welcome you back to Woodstock Academy's Bentley Athletic Complex. Sam, right around over here if we could, as we're going to bring you over into this area as we have Kenny Brown and Riley O'Brien and Sam Clark with us. And we'll get, Sam, since you were in here first, you get the microphone first.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah, because actually you're getting used to this. You're in the good old sports communications
Yes,
class.
I am.
So we're going to bring this over a little bit and make it so that we can see you guys as we get ready for our little post game here and get Mr. Favreau back in here as well. There's your headsets. Oh, there we go. We got everything going. So we do this as well. Hey, look at all this stuff we've got going on. Okay, 1 second. We're almost there. There we are. Okay. Hey, Sam, first off, we got to talk about the 2 interceptions to start with. How nice were those to get those picks?
It was great. It was great. It was a great feeling being out here today, and that kind of just made it even better, just having a great time.
Would have liked to have the touchdown on one of them. Huh?
I know. I'm going to – me and Dylan, we got a little problem with that, but it's all right. We'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out as you go along.
Yeah.
And certainly the 51-yard touchdown reception from Teddy Richardson. How good of a pass was that?
It was great. I mean, I've said multiple times, like in the QV game, ball don't lie. So pick 6 got called back, so I had to score, Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. Hey, how nice a win after the 2 losses you guys have
my
had.
God, it felt great. And Teddy was playing amazing. He was banged up, but, he played through it. And, our O-line was blocking great, so everyone was it came together perfectly, and so it was just a great feeling out there.
To me, that's really what I was thinking. The offensive line was fantastic today, and both sides of the ball, you guys controlled the trenches, controlled both sides of the ball, and certainly created a lot of holes for your runners. I don't know what the stats are, how many total yards today, but when you dominate that side of the ball, your offensive line is getting the pursuit, stopping the pursuit of the defense. So that was fantastic.
Yeah, the O-line definitely played out of their minds today.
Yeah.
Just
and no penalties from the
O-line
line
had
today.
Nothing. It was
right.
just little cheap penalties on the sidelines that we're going to correct.
Yep.
And Sam, before we let you go, let me just ask you one question. You had that one spate of penalties there in that second quarter. You guys got things fixed in the second half, though.
Yep. Yeah, so, again, we addressed it at halftime. We addressed on the sidelines. We talked to those players and figured it all out. So, the coaches were definitely mad, and because that was a long drive. Everyone was tired, dead by the end of it.
Yeah.
So we figured it out, and as you said, we fixed it by the second half. So.
And the 20-0 lead, how important was that to get, just to get the confidence going?
It felt great, especially after 2 tough losses. It just felt great to have those touchdowns and have the team rallying together. And again, just everyone came together, and it was perfect. It was a great day.
Hey, let's turn it over to your offensive linemen who are standing here, I should say, Riley O'Brien and Kenny Brown. Talk about the O-line a little bit here today, Riley, because the O-line did produce a lot of running holes for Teddy Richardson and for Eric Mathewson.
So it's a great way to bounce back from last week. We weren't fully healthy for the past 3 weeks, I want to say, so now we have everyone healthy. It's good to bounce back after last week.
Kenny, you weren't playing last week.
I was not, no.
How nice was it to get back on the field?
Oh, I felt amazing, Just had to get back out there, had to get the blood flowing, and just feels good to get a W.
How important for you guys, I'm going to ask you the same question, but for the offensive line and for confidence and everything, how important?
Oh, it's huge. Knowing that we got to go into some teams that we never played coming up, so we don't really know what to expect. We're just going to put our heads down and work. That's all we got to do.
Got anything for these guys there?
No,
Brad?
Great job today. I think it was a true team win. Both sides of the ball, you guys dominated. That was a good team too. They had a lot of playmakers especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
So great job, guys.
I got to ask you, do you guys like playing the spread offense more than you like playing like a double wing offense?
Yeah,
defensively is what I'm saying.
Doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't. No.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to you guys?
We take what we get.
You take what you get as long as a W follows with
sir.
it. Riley O'Brien, Kenny Brown, congratulations. Great effort out there today, and thank you very much for joining us. And thank you, Sam Clark, as well. We have Sean Saucier, the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, hopping on in here as well. Congratulations, Sean. Great win today.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy for the kids to get a win on homecoming. It's really exciting, so it's a good day.
You got that lead early. We were talking to Sam about that. How important was it to jump out 20-0?
It was very important. I thought, especially with Teddy still not being 100%, it was that last drive before halftime. I was a little frustrated that didn't work out, because then we probably could have, rested Teddy a little bit more. But then he started all of a sudden feeling better in the second half. He didn't want to come out. But anyways, early lead, jumping up like that is huge.
Teddy Richardson today, on the day, had 107 yards rushing and threw for 68 yards.
Yeah.
Probably none bigger than that 51-yard completion to Sam Clark.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. And, I can't get out of bed when my back hurts, and he just played a football game.
Well, and that was on the heels of that interception return, too, and that was like 2 plays later.
Yeah.
You bounced right back after that. So I thought that was huge.
No doubt. And obviously Sam, just fantastic football player.
He kind of set the tone with those 2 interceptions early.
He does. He does it on both sides of the ball. He's fun to watch. I love watching him play football.
Well, and he sort of goes about it kind of quietly, too. Like, he just plays.
He's unassuming. He just enjoys. I haven't seen many kids actually enjoy it as much as he does. Like, I always say he's the same kid when you're up 3 touchdowns or down 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
he
very
just
even
loves
keeled. Yep.
playing the game, and that's really awesome.
One person we have not talked about too much today is Eric Mathewson, 129 yards today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had that many, but again, very similar to Sam in terms of just his attitude and his approach to playing the game. It's just supposed to be fun, and he makes it fun, and he's getting better week to week. First-year player.
I told you he was a first-year player.
And we were impressed today with your offensive line. I mean, no penalties from the line. Created a lot of holes for your running. I mean, between Richardson and Gabe and Mathewson really created, and Lazat had a couple good runs. So your line really controlled the line of scrimmage. And Montville was bigger, but you guys held your own up front.
Yeah, everybody's healthy, so that helps. They practice. We had an extra day of practice, so we went from a Friday to a Saturday, which gives you that extra day. And it's just, I don't know, it just everyone's healthy. They work together all week, and then they put it together.
I think you said this as well, and that, well, first off, how badly this team really did need this win, because you never know in high school football. You got to get that confidence going.
Correct. Yep. I mean, to go into the bye week 2-2 was huge for us, and now we can hopefully get Teddy healthy, and then and get ready for our two non-league opponents, I believe.
Foran and Bethel.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm not excited to drive the Foran.
No.
We were talking
on a Friday night.
Figured you have to go? We figured you get out at lunch. So maybe talk to Mr. Singleton about getting off at noon.
Seriously.
You know you're going to hit a traffic jam somewhere along the way on 95.
Yep, exactly. So no, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to play a team you never played before.
This sounds like a good thing to do. Why not? Hey, congratulations.
Thanks,
Sean.
guys.
Great win out there
it.
today. Sean Saucier, the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, will give you some final quick numbers here. Brad Favreau, here they are for Woodstock Academy. Eric Mathewson, 13 carries, 129 yards. You get into the picture, too, here. Yeah, we're on the webcam today. You have also Teddy Richardson had 10 carries, 107 yards. You had Gabe Luberin carried 3 times for 4. You also had, 14 yards for Baril Castillo. And who am I missing? I'm missing Sam Clark. Yeah, 32 yards. Remember that touchdown run he did late in the game? Passing-wise, 3 for 8, 68 yards for Teddy Richardson, 51 yards to Sam Clark. And the other is 16 yards to Lucas Theriak with 1 catch, 18 yards in 2 catches for Eric Mathewson. Have yourself a day, Mr. Mathewson, no question about that.
Again, it was a great performance on both sides of the ball by the offense and defense. And, the fact that they had 3 different types of runners kind of running at you was effective today. But nice breakout game for Eric. Certainly, I think he's going to be a big part of this offense moving forward.
Aiden Johnson, really quickly, 17 for 26, 151 yards for Montville. Aponte had 79 yards in 15 carries. That does it. That's our game for today. And like we said, we will be back with you on Monday when the Woodstock Academy Prep 2 soccer team takes on Putnam Science Academy right here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. As right now they get ready for another game on the field down below us, as we have coming up in just a short period of time, girls soccer. Woodstock Academy taking on Plainfield right about 2 o'clock here in the Bentley Athletic Complex. And we hope that you come down for that game as well. For Brad Favreau, I'm Mark Allard. Final score from the Bentley Athletic Complex. Woodstock Academy now 2-2 after a 46-13 win over Montville. Have a great one, everybody. Have a great weekend.